Should be live there. Let me see if I can set up the Instagram feed as well. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm checking out the A's in a snow cover game out in Colorado, and we have all the link information available for you guys, available in my Twitch chat. So let me see if I can get Instagram going. Haven't been on Instagram in a minute, and we'll go from there.
Dominating every time I step on the track.
I want to beat everybody out there.
I'm putting all this work and something better come out of it.
This is the first season of Grand Slam track. It's gonna be a dogfight.
So I hope everyone's ready for the weekend. It's almost that time. Have I ever had Raising Cane's? No, we don't have Raising Cane's around here. I mean, I could probably travel out to one, but there's not one locally. I don't even know what Raising Cane's has, to be honest with you. Like what their main thing is. Is it a personal favorite for you, Kobe? And thanks for coming through and watching some track with us today. I'm gonna fire this up on the gram right now.
This is our first day of a whole weekend, tonight, tomorrow night, and on Sunday afternoon. And I'm joined here in commentary.
Which I'm trying to.
Wonderful, brilliant former Olympians, US distance star Carrie Tollefson, and Canadian sprinter Anson Henry. Welcome, guys.
Respect, appreciate it. Glad to be here, man.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing few days here, and I am just fired up. I don't think you want me to lace up, but I want to. You can just feel the
Really?
vibe. And
You guys wanted to be on the bus, right?
I'm good with the Aki and Soffish and the fried dumpling. I'll stick with that, and I'll watch.
Well, these were scenes not long ago when athletes were arriving at the stadium to the warm-up area. Some looking for a
See
bit
if
of
we got
shake.
the right stuff in here. The open one in San Jose, same complex as Costco, and those are probably the two most high traffic areas you can think of together. Oh man, yeah, Costco can be nuts, for sure. So having those together is quite the double whammy, right? And I think I have the signal going out to Instagram. Haven't done an Instagram stream in a bit, so let's see.
I just want to see people beating people.
So this is what we got to look forward to, as I mentioned, the women's long sprints coming up shortly. That'll be our first race. Then we have the men's long sprints after that, women's long distance and women's short distance. Carrie will be seeing Nikki Hiltz in the 800s.
Yeah, I mean, they've been looking forward to this for so long. You know, even doing doubles in races earlier to get ready for this. Nikki Hiltz is such
So Kobe, what's your weekend plans looking like? Are you interested at all in the Minecraft movie or no?
Here, but Nikki Hiltz definitely one to watch.
Yeah, we'll be talking about them all. We'll have the long hurdles.
Yeah, it looks like we're live on Insta here. It should be momentarily. There we go. Got Instagram going.
We'll be seeing Fred Curley and his pals.
Yeah, you want to put a bounce in Fred's stride, just put some money on the line, man, and that's what we got here, so it's going to be interesting.
Well, they know what they're watching.
Welcome back.
Jamaica. They've been so used to seeing so many wonderful athletes over the years.
So it's kind of some of the scenes for the time being from around there.
Making it pretty warm, particularly on the back straight. But our athletes are ready, and we are ready for our very first event. As I mentioned earlier, it's the women's 200-meter in the long sprint race. I'll be explaining a little bit more about how Grand Slam works if you don't know. We have challengers and we have races. So first out onto the track are three challengers led by Dina Asher-Smith, also Stacey-Ann Williams and Talitha Diggs. And now our four racers. Couple of Olympic champions.
See, heard the Minecraft movie had some interesting reviews. Yeah, my son really wants to see the Minecraft movie, so probably take him and his sisters to go check it out. Hopefully my camera's in a good box here. If needed, we'll move it around. Don't want to block anything. I don't want to block CSN's logo, but it's going to be top right, it looks like. So I'll move up here, hopefully out of the way.
Lane 1 will be Stacey-Ann Williams of Jamaica. Then we've got Talitha Diggs, USA.
I don't want those guys overpowering my voice, but definitely want them to be the main call because I don't know that much about track and field. So today's the day to sit back and enjoy and learn. And we got track and field for 2 more days, Grand Slam track. Michael Johnson's new track event. Hopefully some money to be made for these track athletes.
Former world champion at 200, Anson. 2 races, it's a test.
It is. She's going to have to really get out in this 200. That 8th lane is indicative of what she's
straight
going
up
to have to do. Be out in front, stay out in front.
Game over in sports, or the category in sports that we do.
Is her second event. They're going to be racing tomorrow. So let's just have a look. If you're not quite sure how Grand Slam is going to work, it's no use being good in just one race. You want to win the big prize, you want to win the Slam, you've got to be able to contest 2 distances, 2 races. So let's have a little look at exactly how it works.
Let's break down the structure of Grand Slam track. Each of the 4 slams features 96 of the world's fastest competitors, 48 men and 48 women, each divided into 24 racers and 24 challengers. Every competitor is assigned to one of 6 race groups, each containing 2 races: short sprints, short hurdles, long hurdles, short distance, and long distance, where competitors must compete in both events within their group.
Hey, we're ready for some Grand Slam track. We're looking to
first place earns 12
watch some
points,
Grand
second
Slams
place
and
gets
talk about
1
Grand
point,
Slams and
1
watch
for
some
place. Then a competitor's
awesome stuff here. Dude, Shano, thanks for 42 months. Truckin', how are you? Shano, buddy, thanks for the big resub. I'm sweating out the A's game right now, although they're not sweating because it's snowing. It's been snowing most of the game. I'm surprised they let them play in snow conditions. Dude, it is Jackie PP. That's immediately what I thought when I saw 42 come in. Actually, I need to change this wall out, but let me write you down for now. We'll get your picture out on the socials. How's your day been, Shano? Congratulations on World Series, dude. Did Henny and Chowderhead get their banners ready? I know they were close.
Used as the final deciding factor if needed. Welcome to Grand Slam track and a new era of racing.
That by way of review, and of course we'll review it over the next 3 days in the next 4 slams. Women's long
Looks like
sprint.
they're gonna have kind of a wide view from the.
That's the 200 meters.
Video.
It's the first one on the
Henny
track in the
today.
first Grand
Awesome.
Slam. I'll have it for you right after this.
Alright, so there's I guess one of the featured racers. This is live from Jamaica, so we'll get to check it out. We got Shano, Truckin', and Kobe was first one in. We're live on Instagram and YouTube today as well. I have the wrong scene over in I got the wrong scene in OBS for Instagram. Fresh balls. Shoot. What am I doing? All right, there we go. Turn that off and turn off the monitoring and bring in CSN. All right, so sorry for anybody on Instagram. I haven't been on Instagram in a minute. There we go. Now we should be good. Hey, what's up, Holy Five Hole? How are you, buddy? Yeah, Jose Leclerc gonna blow another.
We want to thank the
hold
Jamaican
opportunity for
Tourism
the
Board and the
thing.
people of Jamaica for being
Yeah,
such
no play at the
excellent
plate. So it's
hosts this week.
3-3. Rockets timed it up.
Aside from all to see and do, the island quite a
watch a
sporting
snow game.
tradition.
Holy, how's your day going? Are you
Did you know
playing some
Jamaica's
MLB
93
today,
Olympic
or
medals in
just getting
track
relaxed
is
today?
7th all-time. Usain Bolt, Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. Lots and lots of gold in this country. Jamaica, it's a vibe, it's a vacation. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitjamaica.com. There you see the first group of racers. Women's long sprints, race 1, 200. This brand new resurfaced track. It used to be blue, did it not? The track used to be blue, and now it's the colors of Jamaica. Looks lovely. Alexis Holmes,
Brendan's in the
400
house? What's
specialist,
happening?
but she's now going to run
Let's
half
see,
that far.
aggravated,
But all the
well,
fun
hope
as
you
we
have a
go
good
back
day.
to Steve
Dude,
Graham.
if you want to air it out, we can air it out in here. If it's something that you don't want to focus on, that's understandable too. Yeah, Brendan, what's new, dude? Have you been getting to watch a lot of the Royals this season so far? Watching the A's choke this game.
So
At
they
least it seems that way.
will be introduced now.
Let's see, I'll move my chats down. That way we're not blocking any of the action here. Man, I wish I was quick with it so I could just create a channel blinking for us.
Still a world force.
Unless I can fix the show. Dude, the show's in a weird state for sure. Like it's enjoyable, but it's not like the game is good. I'll stream Madden when the new Madden comes out, most likely. Not maybe for draft day. Right, A's get out of the inning, but it's 3-3 as Leclerc blows another hold opportunity for the Athletics. Not very impressed with him so far.
Yes, it's early, but she's in good form. Then we've got Nikisha Price, the first Jamaican ever to run under 49 seconds. And again, a pretty decent 200-meter runner, but this is not her main event. Same for Alexis Holmes.
All right, so this will be a couple hours, and then we'll get 2 more hours tomorrow.
We're all set in 2024. So an improving athlete, 25-year-old, as I said, come over after the World Indoor Championships in China. Well, Paulino, who moved to the 400, I guess probably in around about 2020, and has dominated that event, certainly last year.
How about for yourself, Not? You still playing a lot of Madden? I got one guy that is trying to stream this event alongside of me, and I don't think he's streamed a lot, so I'm just trying to walk him through like all the OBS stuff, which it can be overwhelming when you're first getting on it. Hey Dom, how are you, man? Thanks for coming in for some track and field action today.
Well, Paulino
I'm matching. I got the green and gold. We got the green and gold track for
because
Jamaica.
obviously to win, you get a little boost with the 12 points to win the deuce. Gabby and Dina are really going to be battling for that, and I think that they know that they're going to have a good chance at that 100K if they jump out in front with the points.
All right, so the A's need to run to get the lead and try to get Mason Miller out there. Rockies are saying let's shut them down and walk them off.
Really focused on
So Rockies home opener. I didn't know anyone had not had their home opener this deep into the year. All right, so we're checking out the women's long sprints here.
Olympic champion in 7. Safely away
And they're
first
off.
time. Asher Smith got out pretty good. Natson just got left a little bit. You'd expect that by the two sprinters on the outside. But it's Gabby
Thanks
Thomas
to
at the
Career
top
Sports
end, who's
Network
just
for the
got half a
opportunity to
metre
get
on
stream
Dina
this.
Asher-Smith.
Usually I have everything
Thomas
over
slowly
this window,
starts
but I
to
left
go
the
away
show
from
up.
this point. Nasser running well in third at the moment. And then there's a battle with
I don't really know why,
Paulino
but
charging
left the show up
down the last
just in
30,
case
40,
you
but it's
want to
gonna be
get
Gabby
some
Thomas.
conquest maps
Asher
filled out or
Smith might just
something.
hang on here.
Gives you
It's Gabby Thomas, but
PTSD.
Paulino with a
Football
real
coach made
surge.
everybody do track. Defensive
Taking
lineman
second
for
place,
Dom.
and that
Oh man,
will be
go out there and run
really,
some
really
some
significant.
sprints, right?
We expected Gabby Thomas to come away with a win, 22.62 in these conditions. That's pretty swift, that's pretty good. But Paulino, that
So it looks
is
like Thomas
significant.
came
You get
in with a
12 points for winning. You get 8 points for
22.62
second.
speed.
But when we cast this forward, to
Definitely
the
faster than
400
I would
tomorrow
be.
and the
I don't know if I
possible
can make
result
it
there,
that far
let's
in
say the possible
under a
result.
minute, to be
That is
honest with you guys.
significant for Paulino.
Nah, it's absolutely significant because she's obviously going to do her thing in the 4. For her to come second, I didn't expect that, man. Gabby getting first place obviously makes sense. She's an Olympic champion, but for Paulino to come out of there,
I know the feeling.
with
The only
those
way you
extra
did win
points,
sprints, if there was
she's gonna
water
end
in
up
a
getting-
donut
she'll
waiting
end
for
up having a good
tracking.
chance at that 100K.
Dina always runs a pretty good turn. Transition at the home straight here. Gabby Thomas just moved away, just got that gap, and it looked as though Dina was rallying again here.
You know what? Gabby ran a much better
And
turn
still,
than I
still
expected.
coming
She's
down in
tall.
Colorado.
You
It
expect
just
taller
hasn't
sprinters
piled
to
up,
have
so I
such a
guess it's
good
just
turn,
kind of
but
fluttering
she's
around.
efficient.
But
And once she
looks
gets on
wild to
the
be
straightaway
seeing
and lets
baseball
those
in the
limbs
snow.
go, I mean, she's really, really hard to beat. I expected it to be a lot tighter with her, Dina. And we didn't. That wasn't the case, but Paulino coming in second in that race, I think, is the big
Probably
story.
will be on tonight with the
Well,
show.
so much hype has been on Gabby Thomas since
This
the
is
Olympics, and then
supposed to be
since she
from
announced
3:30
early
my
on that she
time
was gonna be
locally
running
here
this
till
series of Grand
5:30.
Slams. So,
And
look
we'll
at
have
that
2 more
huge
days of
smile.
track and
She
field
must
next
feel really good breaking the tape.
2 days, so Saturday and Sunday.
You know what?
If you guys want to come talk track and field or
you know,
anything else, we'll be here.
Expected winner, but not expected second.
What's
Let's
happening,
just
Pont?
check the result there.
Pont, what's new up
22.62,
your
as I
way?
mentioned, 22.93.
Are you playing the show this
It's
year?
the season's best because she hasn't raced yet for Paulino.
right.
But the more significant thing for her is finishing.
Good thing you
second.
popped
Dina
in. That
Asher-Smith
VIP
first
badge
spot.
was about to
Lower
go
down
bye-bye,
Nasser
Pont,
as
because
well.
you haven't been
You know,
been frequent in here.
good points for
Let's
her
go on the deep dive
with
on
her best
Pont.
event to come
Pont's like,
tomorrow.
I'm gonna unfollow. But let's see, Pont. Last time he
convert that
was
into
here
points.
was January 12th. So it's been a minute since you've been around. What have you been up to for 3 months, man?
Well, I can tell you it's 12 and then 8, as I said.
Yeah,
So,
it's- I have 100
jubilant,
VIP
Gabby
badges.
Thomas,
The
and she's
Pokemon
down
game
trackside
unlocked
with
it for
Radio
us.
Reporter.
I remember you used to want it, so Pont's like, yeah, it's fine. I don't need to be recognized. in street.
Race.
Yeah, Gio Urshela's up for the Athletics, and I think Gio just struck out. Gio's
Well,
kind of,
sadly, we
I
can't
don't know.
quite hear. Radzi.
Hasn't
He's
been
kind
too
of coming
impressive
in
so
and going.
far.
We just, lost. I think he's
Yes,
on the
it
radio
is.
mic
A's down to
over.
1 out, or we're going to be
Not, picking him
going
up.
to the ninth with a
Good support
Rocky walk-off
here in
scenario.
the stadium, which we're hoping that'll build over the weekend. A brand new venture here. Grand Slam.
That's where I saw the mod badge.
Know
Hey,
sprinting, and I'm sure we'll have appreciated
you guys
Gabby
are giving me
Thomas
some
there.
good ideas.
Gabby's Jamaican.
Nah, I'm
herself,
just
so
playing
it's a
Brendan.
family out
Brendan's
here.
been here for years and years.
I saw.
All right, Sonia Richards
Yeah,
Ross.
what you guys
The
up to?
inaugural race on the inaugural day of the inaugural slam is finished.
I'm good.
Well,
How are
I'm
you,
not surprised
Foxtrot?
it's Gammy
World Series and
Thompson, but am I
duos,
more
regular
am I
ranked
more impressed with her
already.
run,
The
or
show's
am I
been
more
fun. So
impressed
many
with
perfect
Paulino
purpose to
in
go
second?
nowhere.
I'm more impressed with Paulino
I do
in
like that
second, but
they
let's first
lowered
talk about
down
Gabby. That was an
the
excellent
elevation
first
this
race
year
for her.
for sure.
And what I
I've
loved
been
was
streaming
how
it most
excited she was when
nights.
she crossed the line.
Been having
This
some
race
good
matters
some
to
good
her,
growth on it.
and I felt like she brought the energy and the excitement we wanted to see in the first race. But let's get to Paulino.
All right, mine was maxed
I
out. I
believe
brought
that
theirs down like
easy go ahead
20%.
in the
How's that
400,
trucking?
and so she's gonna get her
I
points
never
here
know
and
till I
potentially
get
win the
live
whole slam
where
in 2 days.
the settings are kind of. Because sometimes we have like a nice hot audio from them. Sometimes it's a little bit quieter, depending on the venue. You want some consistency in your good swings. Here comes the man.
Yeah, that's where you could tell that she was going to win it because the strength of her race is really the finish. And Dina
I don't know
Asher-Smith,
who
was a
our
great
favorite
100-meter
is
runner
here.
herself, wasn't able to hold her off for the first 100.
Working on some health things to get on track. I hope everything's going well for you, Foxtrot. Good to see you in the stream.
Over there in lane 3, look at Marilady Paulino in the yellow, who was able to really rally back. She was in about 4th.
You guys, anybody pushing for 1,000? Like, I'm just trying to hit World Series and individual ranked. But I know you get the golden Mickey Mantle and all those cards. Seth Brown down on strikes. Rockies have the table set for a walk-off. It's Doyle, Tovar, and McMahon due up for Colorado, so the top of their lineup. Hoping the Ace can get it to the 10th inning. Chowderhead, what's up, dude? Chowderhead's on 42 months, just like Shauno. Look at you guys. Chowderhead, congratulations, man. Heard you were co-op World Series, you know, MLB ranked guy, and that's tough, especially in season 1. So congrats on all the success. How's everything going with Chowderhead?
You know who also surprised me too was Salwa Eid Nasser. I thought she would run better here. She had a great meet about a week ago in the 2 and the 4. I thought she might finish second, and she was in good position, but she faded, and that's going to count for her because now she finished 4th. She's going to have to hope to win, and that Marilady finishes 3rd or 4th.
Did you guys do the new program? Those of you that play the show? I got all the moments done for Ortiz, for Musina, and whatever that, what is April Spotlight Week thing there. Solo and co-op. Hurting has the wisdom teeth removed on Wednesday. Oh, I didn't know you were getting it done. Yeah, I did it when I was in my early 20s. Those pockets feel so weird. It does feel nice to get them cleaned out. They gave me like a little, I don't know the right term, but like a little water syringe. You just draw the water up and then you just like kind of push the warm water in there and it gets all the food particles out. The swelling as well. Oh, I don't think I had too much swelling. I'm sorry to hear that, Chowder. Let's see, having some foot issues, getting the equipment that you need. Yeah, I hope that goes down for you soon. Do they put you to sleep, or is it like almost asleep? Because I was like out of it, but I guess they could tell me to roll over and stuff, and I was able to respond. Did the most for the new program. Has to be before next Saturday. That's when the half is.
Matthew Hudson Smith, and they were talking so much smack and trash about this race. Vernon says this is his money, that $100,000 is his, and I was just excited to see that kind of
half marathon. Oh,
really serious about it.
yeah.
That just makes this so much.
I knew you were going to do one. I think I remember you telling me that you're geared up for one. Didn't realize it was so close to the wisdom tooth extraction. A's are not going to go with Mason Miller. Instead, they got Murdoch out there. Murdoch's a really tall, young reliever. And you see the initial batter, he'll get a chop with Doyle off the plate and get him out. Snowflake's letting on the hats of the A's who are playing defense right now. 3-3. I know not everybody's worried about the A's and Rockies, a couple bad teams record-wise, but I'm worried about it. Let's see, had really bad pain for like 10 days. You knew what the issue is, and they got you right in. Man, I don't know if they got me right in, but they took a little bit to get me in there. Hey, Chief, Prince, ZD Gaming, Noah, Tater, good to see you guys in Instagram stream. I'm not used to looking at the Instagram chat as much. But yeah, I woke up one day, Chowderhead, when I had mine done ages ago, and I was just in pain down here. And yeah, once I got in, they said, oh yeah, you need to have your wisdom teeth extracted. Mine was growing in like sideways, so it was like pushing against the rest of the teeth. I'm gonna try to slow down stream elements. It's running too many raffles. for us of late.
I know that he's going to be thinking about that one for a very
So they're getting ready to give us our next event. Appreciate all of you guys coming through and hanging out. You know, we don't usually get to do track and field, but today is a special day. And we'll get to do it again for the next couple of days. Let's see. I feel like it's a timer for the raffle. Might be loyalty.
Because he has a lot
Not
of
sure.
success at 200 meters. And so he's going to be someone who's going to be a big factor in a slam like this, where he's going to be points for the 200 and the 400.
Yeah, he came
I'm looking in my my stream elements to get that out of there. Had him removed at 21. Yeah, it was like 21 or 22. I can't remember the exact year, but it was somewhere in that range.
To not go around twice, and he had to get his bearings on the track, which sounds like ludicrous, but I guess is true.
Absolutely. I got a chance to chat with him too, and he said the confidence that he's feeling after first making an Olympic team and then going and winning an indoor
I
gold
cannot.
medal,
Oh, there we go. There's
he's
the
just in
raffle.
The best mentality that he could ever be.
Chris Bailey
I'm trying to turn down the amount of times it runs. Actually, I think Nightbot might start the raffle, so probably need to go on Nightbot's timer. I think Nightbot turns it on for stream elements, if I remember correctly. Okay, yeah, so we're going to turn it from every 10 minutes to every 30. Jacob Wilson just made a nice play for the A's to get the out from McMahon, so they're 1 out away from extra innings. They're in Colorado's opener. All right, so I got that sorted. At least I think I do. Hey, what's up, Mike? How are you? Mike, are you a big track and field guy? I was not a track and field guy. Running around, I don't want to get tired. Your wife has a cart full of your merchandise that she wants to get. Hey, that would be splendid, Foxtrot. You have an OV game in the background. No track and field for Noah. Watch a lot of USC track and field if that helps. Man, if you guys can break me down on what we're seeing, I'm certainly welcome to the coaching. We're live on today. We're all live on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. My last CSN YouTube stream really popped off. That was that Benfica game. We had like 1,400 CCV we peaked at. Was hoping for lightning to strike twice, but so far a little quiet on the red side.
But as I mentioned, great 200-meter pace as well. He's one of the favorites across these two events.
Did back in grade 7 because it was mandatory for Noah. Angel's looking decent, right, Mike? Let me see. I'm going to try and be sure I have everybody caught up on the shoutouts.
Bonds knows how good Jamaica are in this event, but he is one of their best. Certainly one of their...
Sorry if I'm getting anybody multiple times, but better safe than sorry. If I missed you in your stream, let me know, please. Oh, Holy Fivefold's here. Holy was irritated with the game. I don't blame him. Haunt doesn't really stream, right? Top pitching prospect has his locker in the locker room right now. We don't know corresponding move yet. Finished second to last for Noah.
But I know all in all, Matthew Hudson-Smith is going to be favored in this.
And Brendan. Brendan's hanging out with us.
Never seen Chris running the bandana before. Something new.
Saw his debut last September. Well, that's nice that he's back up. And that you guys are playing some clean baseball. Alright, the A's have the Ghost Runner on. Lawrence Butler, the Law Dog, is up. And my captioning is blocking whoever the Rockies pitcher is. Taylorson or something like that. The runner is Max Schulman, and away they go. Here we go. It's the 400-meter long sprint. This is going to be Chatterhead next weekend. Just running past everybody. Although he's doing a half marathon, so yeah, he's gotta set the right pace, right? Wild pitch to the backstop. A's get the runner to third, so we get 2 outs to get a productive out and get the lead. Soriano's pitching tonight. You think he has a good chance to be an all-star this year? You've been playing Madden when you can. You're ready to see how the draft goes. Been training so long for it now. That's super exciting, Chatterhead. I've never done anything like that. I've never done a marathon, half marathon, Ironman, triathlon, any of that stuff. Butler with a weak tapper to in between third and the catcher. Runner does not come home, but Butler is apparently safe at first. We'll see if the Rockies challenge. Dude, I gotta get on the diet. Like, I've been exercising fairly consistently, but I'm just eating everything I want. And I have no excuse for it, especially after I slimmed down years ago. Those of you who have been here a long time, remember I was down to like 175. I'm back over 200 pounds. It's like, I hate dieting though. I just like to do it with everything. Yeah, you can definitely lose weight without taking a step. Yep. I do too. Yeah, I think how you look is really a lot of what you eat. The exercise kind of helps burn calories faster and helps you build some strength and things depending what you're focusing on. But yeah, the diet's huge. You guys using any diet apps? I used MyFitnessPal back then. Not that it's not good now, but sometimes something fresh works well too. See, Guardians are real good. Yeah, Guardians are a solid team. That's what you're using. Helps build a bigger caloric deficit. Yep. Blue Jays lost to the Mets 5-0. I didn't realize they were going to play a Friday day game. I feel like this is kind of an odd time for a game. For West Coast. This game's in the 10th inning. Rooker's up. He'll swing and miss.
Norwood with a 44-7 as well. Really, really good. But I think, you know, when you've come off a championships, he's in great form. He's in great shape. The travel could have been an issue.
They pulled Gossman early, as usual. Cutting down on the drinking for Chowderhead. I need to like stop buying soda. We'll buy soda for a party, and then it's like, oh, that's really good with dinner. You know, to have a Coke or a Mountain Dew or something. Not that it's good, but it tastes good. You know, with the sweetness. And then for me, it's tough to get away from drinking like one a day at least. Just empty calories. Stay to watch today's game on Saturday. Rooker hits it to third. They come to the plate. Schumann's going to be out. Oh boy, that is not good. So 2 on, 1 out for the A's, but it was a grounder right to the third baseman. And Schumann maybe should have tried to get into the rundown, but he kind of lost his footing. Yeah, Dollander's supposed to be pretty good, right? Instantly helped you lose weight. The empty calories. So see, Christopher Bailey is leading the standings right now. Just hit 90K stubs. About 110K away from Judge. You guys doing a lot of flipping or just grinding the game? I've just been grinding. I really need to sit there and flip. I get super bored flipping. I always feel like I want to fall asleep if I'm sitting there looking at the app, just putting in buy orders and all that stuff. Definitely faster on my phone with the companion app. If anybody's browsing through on YouTube, definitely be sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up and some reactions. Grinding, you probably get collections in 5 hours if you actually wanted to flip. So much effort. Snow is snowing there in Colorado. JJ Bleday, the number 3 hitters up for the A's. They're going to need a ball snanked into the outfield here. Although they got 2 outs to work with, but feels like momentum to the Rockies after that nice defensive play.
And parlay that success here in the first race.
Sort of to piggyback something from when we had the pregame show that Matthew Centrowitz said about when you belong is that medal.
Are you guys excited about the new programs today? I'm not really like that pumped up about it, like mid-tier Mucina or Ortiz. Ortiz has a great swing if you want to use him at DH, I guess. And those spotlight cards are kind of whatever. Bleday hits it sharply but right to the shift. They step on the bag and throw him out at first. A's are going to have to avoid the ghost runner coming in to get it to the 11th. Oh man, not good. Not good in Sacramento these days for the green and gold. The homeless A's, the vagabonds.
Once Matthew got up on inside of me, I know I had to go. I'm not sure what my 200 was, but we'll work on that tomorrow.
And tomorrow is the word, because you've really put the cat amongst the pigeons here. What's your 200 like? Do you feel confident?
I feel really confident. You know,
Never done well with Ortiz.
It's been 6 years since I've ran a 200, so.
Seeing a picture, or not a picture, I'm seeing a commercial for the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I want to go back. They got a new otter there, new sea otter. No Angel Spotlight cards, so you just don't care. Going to get it done anyways. Here comes the ladies for women's long distance. The 300 meter.
Real quick, 6 years since his last 200.
6 years.
I guess Jamaica's like an hour ahead of the East Coast. If I understood correctly. Maybe it depends on what part of Jamaica they're in.
You can shut her down.
Hope you pull Tommy Edmond. His 99 last year was nasty. Oh, I forgot who I got. I got Conine. Is the Marlins Conine? Is he related to Jeff Conine? Because I feel like he has to be, considering Jeff Conine was like their big bat when they expanded in. Yoni says the attendance is terrible. Hey, they're just getting started, Yoni. They may be on the way up. Hopefully they will be.
She got the call. She took advantage of it. And I want to talk about this with the men's 5,000 as well. There's another challenger that came in very last second. So for all you competitors out there,
can they play some defense? I don't know if they'll use Mason Miller in this situation. It is his son. Okay, thanks, Truckin. Yeah, I didn't realize he had a son that was playing baseball at all till today. It was like, oh, hey, yeah, Marlins, Conine. That sounds right.
Talking about that momentum from last summer.
If I'm the Rockies, I'm just butting the runner over and trying to bring him home with a productive out. He's probably messed it up. Murdoch's going to stay on there. Yoni says a lot of Jamaicans are racing, so they should be out watching their country men and women. 100 Goodman up for the Rockies.
And so I'd like to see at least one, if not all of them, just put their nose in it early, and no matter what the pace, and just try to go with it.
Just a bit of an older guy who was pretty good last year. Yeah, because Conine was... I forgot where Conine was, but I think he was like one of the first expansion picks for the Marlins. He'd already made it to the majors, right? And then he was sort of their main guy for a season or two. Ball's hit pretty well. Out to center. Bladay's going to get it. The runner should be able to advance to third, and the A's are 90 feet away from losing a 5th game in a row. See, if you want to flip, probably do it with Ellie. Had him in no 2 count there. Thought he might be able to get the strikeout, but good job from the Rockies dude. And I also remember Restus Estrada on those early Marlin teams. Kotze's out discussing strategy with the A's. They might walk too. I know you don't want to load the bases and you got nowhere to put them on a walk, but I feel like having the force out everywhere might be better. Let's see. So Mike, he's loving MLB The Show.
They're going to have to take it out because we have athletes that are very sharp. Elise Cranny, as I said, she ran that 10K last week and was very disappointed, but she still won it. Ran really fast, 30:26, I believe. And she's just fired up. She wants to run so well. So this is exciting.
This slip is probably Rafael Devers. Costs $100K. You doubt there'd be much action for him. Profit margin wise, yeah, those are tough, man. Those high money cards to sit there and flip and do all that. These are gonna watch Taliga. I think that's his name. The switch hitting dude that had a nice card a couple years ago. I'm not sure if they're gonna watch the next batter or just one that's for the possible double play.
So she, I think, is going to figure
Excuse
here,
me.
even though it's
Still got that freaking cough.
As quick as some, in terms of real top of the world. There's Helen.
Rocky fans are pretty cool. I made a thread over in their Reddit to let them know the Sacramento A's were coming into town if they wanted to chat with us. So here's the game. Rockies square up, and I don't know what happened here. Dude got knocked back. The ball went foul, and I guess it's just a foul ball. But Rockies were going to go for the squeeze play. It was Freeman, right-hander, squaring up for the Rockies. Ball ran up and in. Really looked like something out of the show. Yeah, it hit the bat. It hit the bat. His hand was there, and it hit like right there.
A stalwart on the circuit. She doesn't win many races. That's the only thing I'd say. Her finish is.
So now the A's know what the Rockies and Bud Black are thinking. All right, here we go. Women's long distance personal bests. My personal best is I want to go run for a donut and a snack. This still Truckin's line.
She's never fearful of going to the front.
She loves to race. She races a ton. Was in the States doing an indoor series there and ran PBs in all 3 of her races.
Yeah, Bud Black seems cool. I didn't realize Bud Black had been there for 9 years. They were saying on the broadcast today. I had to turn down the audio because we don't want Manfred breaking through my window in his SWAT uniform saying I'm breaking the express written consent of Major League Baseball or something. The 0-1 is called a strike. It didn't have to be. It was on the bottom of the strike zone frame.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I kind of thought she would take it out.
All right, so here they go. We are zoomed back a bit on this camera angle.
But that was from 2023. So it's been a long time.
First guy that said Estudez is going to be a good closer with you
And she's
guys.
hit the roads very well. I mean, when
O2
she
is
ran her
fisted
last
foul.
10K, she ran
So the
fast,
stress
and I just think that she will be
continues
able
on.
to come
Rocky's
back to
looking for the
track
breakthrough.
and get
Ace looks so
comfortable
corny
fast.
with
Like,
their
this is gonna
Las
be an
Vegas
eye-opener.
advertisement patches on the left arm and the Tower Bridge patch on the other arm. And then they have the Ricky badge over one of those patches, depending on if it's a right-hander or a left-hander. Ricky should have been over the heart this year for his passing. But, you know, don't expect that franchise to get anything right. I'm blocking the leader. My camera's in the way. Kind of like that angle where we could see in a little bit more. But it's nice to see both angles here.
It's nothing that fast. Very, very much in the comfort zone of most of these athletes. And the clock didn't stop there, but I reckon it was around about 71, 72.
Yeah, and you know what I think is really neat about what Michael Johnson and the crew is really trying to do here is bring it back to race, and we've touched on it a little bit, but there's no pace lights, there's no pacers. You know, there's 2 long events within 3 days. A lot of these athletes haven't done that in America.
And Murdoch gets strikeouts to the A's and out away from an 11th inning. Rocky's 90 feet away from victory. Heard a lot about Clausen from your buddies, about how great he is stuff-wise.
But still, it's a lot of running in 3 days.
There are not a ton of fans at Coors Field for this opener, but I don't blame people for not going out in blizzardy snow game. I'm surprised it hasn't piled up on the field, though. It must not be as severe as the cameras make it look. But it reminds me of opening day a few years ago when Cabrera hit that snow home run. It was such a cool looking home run. It has that feel to it. Yeah, I kind of wish I was there just to experience it like once in my life, but I don't know if I have the right snow gear because we don't get snow out this way. I also wish I was in Jamaica to watch these races. Looks like Twilight is taking over on this women's long distance race number 1, the 3,000 meter. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Coors looks like it's really well done. What year did Coors open? Like 95? Because I remember they used to play in Mile High and share the stadium with the Broncos, but I think they were already building Coors back then. Like it was open like mid-90s. But some parks, they keep them up nice and they just kind of age well. April 95. Yeah, so the A's have loaded the bases. I don't know who they pitched around or who they intentionally walked, but they're going to go after the right-hander. It's Beck, looking to be the Rockies' hero. Rockies in the white pinstripes today. Murdoch got in front of him with the first pitch for a strike.
You flip from the roads to the track across all the distances. And nobody's scared of doing a half marathon now. You've got 1,500 runners running great half marathons. Nobody's scared of the distance anymore.
Well, when you see a Stefan Hassan be able to do so many events and do so well over that.
Don't remember much. Got to go to a Rockies game back in 2015 for Mike.
Does drafting really make a difference?
Drafting when it's windy, yeah. No, the reason we
Beck swung at what would have been ball 2. It was the 1-1 count, chased inside. Swinging and miss. So A's strike away from extending the game to another inning. Murdoch looks okay for us as far as relief pitchers. Leclerc looks bad. He's blown 2 saves in 2 appearances. He may have got 1 appearance in a blowout, but was hoping he was going to help shore up the end of the bullpen, back end of it. Ball's fouled straight back. Looked like he was just a touch off there for Beck. What would have been a good swing.
Do they just run at the front? Are they surging? Are they making it quicker? So
I feel like the leader's been leading the whole way. I don't know if that's the right strategy. You know, if you try to drift on somebody and get some wind resistance, you know, or whatever it might be. 2-2 count now is sweeper in the dirt, so something's got to give here between the A's and the Rockies. They played 44 games and each team has won 22 times. I did some research on this series. And he's going to swing and miss, so more baseball, free baseball in Coors Field. But yeah, Murdoch looks okay. Can't say that about a lot of the rest of the guys so far, but yeah, Murdoch saving the day.
She wouldn't want. She won't really be fancying herself and a kick finish. So 3 laps to go. These 3 well clear already. And as Carrie said, that was really done in the space.
When's Donnie going to be on the A's commentary team? Hey, a lot of the A's fans don't like Ginny Kavanaugh. I'm ready. The problem is Chris Carey somehow snuck in there. Chris is like, I don't know Chris's actual age, but I think Chris is like 22 or 23. Listening to the games with Carey is always an adventure. Not because you should ever use ageism for or against somebody, but I feel like with Carey, he's so young, I've seen so much more baseball than he has. It's like, oh, okay, Chris Carey's going to tell me about stuff that happened before his life started. Yeah, I'm good. What's up, Kuiper? Good to see you back in. We're watching some racing today. Track and field, courtesy of Creator Sports Network, and I think it's in conjunction with Peacock. This is live from Jamaica. It's Grand Slam track, and it's Michael Johnson's new venture. Switch to the athletics game. Yeah, something's going to happen. One of these teams has to win eventually, Noah. This is the opposite of a mid-off. This is a bad off right now. I still think the A's could play some good baseball this year. They played really well after the All-Star break last season. It's mostly the same guys back. Was bored of the pre-show. Yeah, I don't care for the talking heads too much. Maybe a little bit if like they're going to have some cool interviews or something, but I don't care for a lot of pre and post game deals. Yeah, definitely can be. I don't really care for Dallas Braden that much either. A lot of A's fans like Dallas because you know he's a local boy and all that stuff, but I feel like he's too podcasty bro culture for me at times. Tries to shoehorn in a lot of weird stuff. Although I will say he's calmed down a little bit since they first brought him on. He used to be kind of the third wheel down on the field, and I guess Ray Fosse was going through cancer treatments. We didn't know Ray was in such bad health, and then Ray passed, and Fosse, you know, his spot has been filled in by Braden as the color commentary guy. But yeah, he's the least of the concerns with how Ginny does. Let's see, Angel Chivilli is on. He's got the 13.50 earned run average, so maybe we can square this guy up. Shea Bangaliers is going to be batting for the A's, and JJ Bleday, our ghost runner, after hitting into the double play. Kind of don't like Tim Salmon whenever he's on the pre and post game show. For the A's, they added Steve Sachs this year, and Sachs has been okay. We lost Dave Stewart, we lost Bip Roberts. Those were some Oakland-based guys. I think they were too outspoken about the Oakland situation. So pushed them out. They pushed out Brody Brazil, so now Chris Townsend's been the main host. But yeah, it's either Townsend and Shooty Babbitt, or it's Townsend and Steve Sachs. No more Bip Roberts, no more Dave Stewart. Stu was always cool to listen to. We used to have Canseco. Canseco was terrible at it. Oh, Washington pregame show. Yeah, Ovi getting close, right? Salmon just seems very annoying. How he talks, can't stand him for Mike. Dude, you better hope Tippis isn't lurking. Tippis going to get on you. It's his favorite. 3-0 count to Langoliers. If I'm in Colorado, I'm probably just pitching around him at this point. You know, he can set up the force out and stuff. Yeah, he is always watching, right? Blue Jay people are interesting. Who do you guys have on the Blue Jay crew? Noah? They're showing some fans inside the scoreboard. At least I think it was the fans. And they're wearing the Rocky City Connects. I've been having some fans make Sacramento City Connects, hypothetical ones. They've came up with some fun stuff in the Sacramento A's Reddit. Right, race 1. We're getting the results there. Hazel May interviewing player sucks. Well, hey, it's Hazel May, so there's good and bad there. Let's see. You'd like to think the Angels pregame show is listenable. Mark Gubazak is great. All right, so Langoliers gets the walk for anybody that wants the A's breakdown. Tyler Soderstrom is coming up. The Turlock boy, Tyler Soderstrom. Same hometown as Colin Kaepernick. Buck Martinez played the game. Talks like he never played.
Long-distance event at the Grand Slam track event, and looks like she's going to be in good form come Sunday.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. 64, thereabouts, 64 last lap, but nonetheless, it was more the build-up. They were running that off a pretty good pace. First K was at around 250, and then it just got...
Production lets me know They're working on getting more drone footage from the event and less wide shots. That's cool. Truckin', you said it. I was thinking it. I just didn't want to get clipped and get in trouble. But I agree with Truckin'. Let's see. Was a Royal his entire career. Came to Anaheim in '97. Retired. Said, you know what? I like it here. He's in the Royal Ring of Honor. Here's a look at the standings. And I think because it's a 3-day event, like the points accumulate. And there's different prizes and things for the different track athletes. If somebody was faster than me yesterday, though, I wouldn't expect to be faster than them tomorrow. But you never know. There's probably a lot more to track than I know. I'm definitely a novice track observer. I usually just watch her in the Olympics. I mean, she'll be 55 on Monday. We have... She's only 2 weeks older than Truckin'. Ooh, she's robbing the cradle. On 3-0 counts, Buck Martinez swing, you would think no. We got a Pokemon spawn him while we wait for the next race.
I think the whole field is going to have to be prepared for a nice hard race over 5,000.
Can only watch collegiate track and field for Mike. Soderstrom is going to ground out to first. I thought it might be 2, but they let you just step on the bag. So second and third, 1 down for the Atleticos. See what Mark Kotze, baseball genius, comes up with. I like Kotze. Like, I think Mark's a nice spirit for the team. I've never watched a game yet, and he's been there for a while, where I thought, boy, Kotze really outmanaged the other guy and got us a win today. But I'm probably underselling him a bit. Miguel Andujar is coming up for the A's. UFC pretty good at it last decade, so you root for... easy to root for compared to the football program. Yeah, this drone footage is a little better. I did like the swinging arm on the track, so we can see him up pretty close, but you can see the track only has so much coverage for that. And Hart's got the 0-2 count. He almost swung on a sweeping pitch away.
All right, we'll see. Now that's how you lay it out. We'll see.
Ron Washington has soured the past few months of baseball. I like Ron. I'm not sure if Ron's the I'm not sure if he's like the guy anymore to be a manager. May have been one of those guys that was just like perfect for being like a third base coach type of deal. I know he got the Rangers to the World Series and they were unlucky that Freeze got him and all that stuff too, but that was a long time ago. And Ron's had a few demons off the field.
Nice and savory. Jamaica's been awesome so far. I love the heat. I love the humidity.
Although I am surprised to hear you say that because the Angels are off to a decent start. I think he's great for the players. He wants to hit Tim Anderson in the 2-hole, no thanks. Rocky's pitcher battling back. It's even count now as Andahar swings through one. Maybe the snow got in Andahar's eyes.
I agree with you.
He's really needed productive out here though from Andahar. And he's gonna choke it and poke it right into the second baseman's glove. Looked like a nice piece of hitting, but Freeman was there on the soft liner, and you know if he gets through, it's probably scoring 2. But yeah, just a little looping liner to the second baseman, and Rocky's roll drawn in. So yeah, bomber. Had the most exciting young players in baseball in Kyrie in Paris, only for him to not play him. And it's gonna be Jacob Wilson doing his pit pat dance, waiting to see if he can square one up. Wilson homered earlier in today's game. Looks like the snow flurries are stronger, but you can see the cameras. Wilson's hitting 357 all this really early in the year. Didn't realize Wilson's dad played in the majors till recently. Should have known that, but we're talking about Wilson going to clutch it out. Single to right. Let's see if they wave the runner home. It's kind of shallow out there. And Shea Langolier sliding head first in. A's are up 2 as Jacob Wilson again clutching out. I need to get a Jacob Wilson autographed rookie card before they skyrocket. I think he's got a good shot for Rookie of the Year. I am a little biased, but even Mike likes Jacob Wilson.
Can't really decide if I'm hungry or not.
Loving Jacob Wilson. Yeah, he just got that like tapping the feet. Steve Sachs said he kind of reminds him of Carney Lansford. Carney used to do that all the time. Dude, what the heck?
Yeah, Sage has made a lot of U.S. finals.
Oh, I see why. You know why? It's a banned term because people used to always want to wager back in the 2K days. There we go. That message is from Truckin'. Automod, suck it. We need a Donnie horse racing stream like Santa. Dude, I have a horse racing game. It's not the most in-depth game, but we can create a horse, can name it after everybody in chat, and then we can take it through its career of like 10 races. I did it one night with Mike when I first got it. Some little independent developer sent it to me. So remind me, Truckin', and maybe we can do it here post game if you guys want me to. My in-laws usually leave at 6. It's supposed to wrap up at 5:30. Back to ball ability for Jacob Wilson is incredible. They may just steal this game, but they blew it with Leclerc having a bad outing. But I hope they can find a way to win. I feel bad for the Rocky fans that sat out there in the snow for 3 hours though, if they're going to see a loss. But yeah, more happy for myself than bad for them. But still, I can only imagine dragging the kiddos out to have them complain about being cold the whole time, and then be like, "Yeah, well, they played a good game, guys." Let's see. Wilson may have MVP potential as the ceiling. Was I think I mentioned it before, but I think it's crazy that we got a good pick in Wilson because they took him to avoid paying such a high draft slot because they knew they could sign him to a cheaper contract. I forget who they skipped to get Wilson, but like Wilson just skyrocketed to the majors. Kind of want them Jays, Canada Blue Jays. Same with Neto. Not another Canadian team right now. Gio Urshela almost fluked one down the right field line, but it just went foul. And this one is fair down the right field line, so the A's are going to go up 3, I think. Here goes Wilson. They're waving him around third, and it's took a while to rattle around there in the right field corner. So Wilson comes around to score, and the A's are up 6-3. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but I imagine it's going to be Miller time in course in just a minute. So, hey, there's a little pun for you if you caught my drift. Let's see. If Artie Moreno cheaps out on the second pick, may have to take matters into your own hands for Mike. You know, Canada can easily support a couple of franchises in each league. I don't know if they'd be better off having like one in Vancouver, one in Montreal, and just kind of around the nation, or what. But yeah, that crosses my mind a lot. You know, I grew up and you guys had the Grizzlies. Of course, the Grizzlies were there for quite a while, and then they moved to Memphis. I remember the Expos being there. I actually think one of the NFL teams could move. There was a comment from I don't know who she is. I think she's part of the ownership group for the Bengals that said if the Bengals don't renew their contract, like if Cincinnati doesn't renew it, they're free to go wherever they want after this season. So we might get a Bengal relocation. Although I don't know if the Bengals wanting to go to Toronto would be smiled upon because of the proximity to Buffalo. Grizzlies got screwed by the draft pick expansion rules. If they weren't, they'd probably still be in Vancouver. They had some good players, man. Remember Sharif Abdul-Rahim was really good up there. Chauncey Billups was kind of a guy that bounced around and then finally got it going because I think he was a Grizzly for a while too. Excuse me, sorry for the coughing. First guy that they had was Big Country. He was their first draft pick, Bryant Reeves. Yeah, man, Big Country was so fun in college. I love that guy because my dad, as you know, my dad's family's from Oklahoma. My dad's from Oklahoma, so yeah, I loved watching him in that March Madness tournament. I remember he dunked and brought down the basket. And, he had an okay NBA career. I was just looking him up the other day. I guess his son played a little bit of college ball, and apparently he just has a nice ranch out in Oklahoma, and he's just living his life. Expo rivalry was always fun. Being at the grandparents' place because your grandma cheered for the Expos, your grandpa cheered for the Jays. Yeah, NCAA great, NBA meh. Yeah, I thought he was going to be like another Shaq. he was not. Only in size. They weren't allowed to have the first pick for 5 years until after their creation. Oh, I don't know that I didn't realize they had that. Way to handcuff those teams coming in.
A personal best at this distance. Really is phenomenal. 30 flat for the last 200.
Gilbert Arenas' son is a USC commit. A's still are in their at bat. Jake Burtis came in. in relief for Colorado. He's going to face Max Schulman. Hopefully better than Brawny. Rules, talking about rules being different. Gilbert was really good for the Warriors, and then we weren't allowed to extend him, or we didn't have his rights to extend him, and he bolted out to the Wizards. He was one of the best picks that we've ever hit on, especially during those dark days. But I wish we could have kept Gilbert long term in Golden State, because he already looked like a star when we had him, and of course he went on to be even better. Gilbert, a little bit of a screw loose though, you know, the locker room confrontations and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a choice for sure. I guess he's kind of popular on the podcasting circuit now. It seems like everybody's got their podcast. Smart thing if you're a former player. Definitely some money to be made in sports entertainment. Schulman's swinging through everything. He'll get a weak tapper to first. And, you know, with the snow being out there, I wouldn't assume anything's going to be an easy play, but they'll get Schulman out. So, it's Moniak, Doyle, and Tovar do it for the Rockies. They'll need 3 to level the game, 4 to walk off the Athletics. Hoping Ace can see it through. Don't want to see the Ace just completely flapping in the wind too early in the season, where it's like, oh god, it's going to be a long year. Although there might be some cheap tickets in Sacramento. All the season tickets were sold out in Sacramento already, but people are trying to sell those on the secondary market, and there's some really good deals, like below face value. So I may have to go and catch some games before it heats up too much. I was looking at the possibility names for the Raptors. They're all bad. Coach Redick was livid on the sidelines 90% of the game. Good game by the Warriors. Yeah, I saw some post-game comments from Redick. I'm trying to remember what he was saying. It was just something about, in general, like the Warriors back cutting and stuff like that. You know, if Luka would have had more of a normal Luka game, I think that one would have been right down to the wire. And it was close enough. I mean, Butler had that turnover, LeBron got him, and then Warriors were able to get it back. Draymond's strip was a pretty nice play. Draymond might have finessed his way into getting another Defensive Player of the Year award because of Wemby's injury. Otherwise, Wemby was going to get it. Yeah, I feel like your guys' role players just weren't hitting some of the open looks too. Where, like, I wouldn't have expected Podzinski to have 22. Boy, Austin Reeves went nuts though. Holy cow, he was hitting everything late. Beavers and Towers and the Giants and Kangaroos. See, the Toronto Beavers. No, Toronto Towers is okay, I guess. It's alliterative. Yeah, weren't you guys trying to get the Giants to go to Toronto? Like way back? I know the Giants almost got relocated a few times. Kangaroos don't make any sense to me up in Canada. Draymond's airball after the turnover was hilarious, though, can't lie. Reeves is a future All-Star. He promised you may have 3 All-Stars next year. Yeah, Reeves is excellent. And he's on a reasonable deal for you guys, too, I believe. Saw Warrior fans talking about him last night. It's like, God, can this guy miss? But I'm sure you guys kind of felt that way about Pods there. Miller is on. So we got Miller, Time, and Course. Miller, couple appearances yet to allow a run this season. Yeah, I wonder why they nominated Kangaroos. I think with the Seahawks, they had like a newspaper type vote or something like that when they named them back in the 70s. Focus on Curry. Switching wasn't going great. The first half was pretty good guarding Curry. Then he got put on Pods, and it all went to heck. Yeah, Miller's thrown a couple balls, make it 3-0 here, so it's not a great start for Miller. Don't want to bring that tying run to the plate with nobody out if you could help it, but maybe he's having trouble gripping the ball in the snow. I don't know. He may not be built for this weather. I don't think I am. All right, so Miller, 4-pitch walk. Yikes. Nothing comes easy. Still the old Zaza line. And let's see. JR, how's it going, buddy? From New Music Inferno. Yeah, good to see you there on Instagram. We're live on Twitch and YouTube too, Mr. JR. And so here's Doyle with a chance to do some serious damage. It's into one. It's going to be a tie game. Or Says would like to get a ground ball or a pop-up or strikeout. Miller misses again. It was close, but not a strike. Yeah, I don't know if he's built for course. Pitch mix isn't course friendly. yeah, all this work to get it to Miller, and you feel like Miller's usually going to go lock it down. It's like, well, feels like we need to strap in for an adventure here. So it's like a beautiful track to run on, to my untrained eye. So it's 2-1 count to Doyle, so he hasn't really got this going. Sinker, change up fastball with their pitchers just doesn't work. Miller gets a double play ball. Wilson, I think Muncie's still at second. I know Schumann came in at some point, so they do turn the double play. So runner to third, 2 down. And thankfully for Miller, for A's fans, we're an out away from a win. So, yeah, I think it is Schumann over at second now.
Rising Suns started to perform before the races began.
So the snow falling on Miller's brim. And he runs away inside, almost hit the batter.
We're in the biopic of Bob Marley, One Love, that movie in 2024, making their debut later this month at the inaugural Jamaican.
So it's Tovar who's up. He's had a big game for Colorado today.
We have not lacked for tunes.
Tomorrow I'll be doing kind of the same thing, right? We'll have the A's game on. As long as it's not over, I'll be talking to you guys about the game and checking out the track at the same time. I think I'll stream MLB The Show tonight, but you know, the kids want to see the Minecraft movie, so I might take a night off from the nighttime streams, just kind of depending on how things go. If I wake up early, I might fire it up at that point or something too. Almost lost by 22,000 votes. Around 24K stubs on this Miller poll, not bad. We'll get you up to 110K. Pulled the whole country. And Miller went up the ladder 101. A's are going to get the victory. So, yeah, it was a roller coaster of emotions game if you're a fan watching at home, because it felt like, okay, well, maybe they got a win coming here to snap the streak, and then LaCorca went out and blew it on the hold opportunity, and thankfully they got through Ghost Runner situation in the 10th to get the win in the 11th.
In their slam, the 400 flat to come on Sunday on the outside. Malik James King.
Right, I need to make a quick post-game thread for Sacramento Athletics. If you guys haven't subscribed to the Sacramento Athletics Reddit, this guy made it, so come on in. You guys talk baseball. Any baseball subjects, welcome there. You guys can also join the Vegas Athletics if you like, because I'm prepared for the future. A little stealth way to self-promote myself, too. Alright, so I need to go to baseball scores. I usually just link the box score. We had just like a developer in the community say, hey, I'll make you a sports scores bot, pre and post game bot. So he's been working on it. The bot's pretty cool. It's just not pulling all the data in quite yet. I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're right back to Sacramento. So we'll get another look at Sutter Health and see if they can make it feel more like a home field.
I'm sure there's going to be a great welcome here. Jamaicans have very high hopes for
So post-game thread, I'm just making this real fast, and then we'll be focused completely on the race.
Consistent 400-meter hurdler. Don't see him run the flat that often. That's going to be interesting come Sunday. Chris Robinson has run a reasonably swift flat 400 indoors this year. But this is first at his main event, 400 hurdles.
Yeah, I should have probably put post-game thread in the title, so I'm just going to take that one down and redo it real fast. It's just a couple clicks, copy and paste.
This season in 2025 in excellent form, but he's up against such a good field here. He finds himself in lane 1.
You run 47 something in the 4 hurdles.
Sorry, I'm just a second behind chat. So get this made up for the Sacramento A's fans. There's definitely a lot of folks in Sacramento that are very excited to have the team, even if it's short term.
So from the outside, Malik King, then Dean, then Ducos.
So I have that to sticky it as a highlight and take down the game thread that was stickied by the bot. All right, now they got a place to talk. We got the raid coming in. Hey, it's tight spot with a party of 1. Hey Spot, thanks for rating us. Join the subreddit, talking there during the Angels. Dude, do whatever you like. And if you're an avid Redditor, we can get you mod access, Mike, if there's anything that you want to add for us. But yeah, nice to have some rival fans. So yeah, Tight Spot, how was your stream? We got the long hurdles coming up. Tight Spot, was this your event when you were a track and field star? We're talking to Jacob Wilson in the postgame. OV 2 goals down. Would it be something if he got the hat trick today to pass it? Suggested we trade David Fletcher and got flamed. Had some fun experience on the Angels Reddit. Yeah, you never know who's shooting the downvotes at you on these platforms. Long distance for Tight Spot.
A little easy compared to what others were doing. A lot of guys went out pretty hard there, including Dean, including Clark. We lost Wilson, and others were faltering in the home straight. But I think he'll be pretty pleased to have taken the win there.
He'll be happy with that opener. 47.6, early April. I mean, he's out here.
Let's see. There's a somewhat famous on A's social media picture of a guy holding up a sign that says "We may never lose again." Usually post that whenever we get a win. So I don't post it very often, but yeah, let me throw that in the post game thread.
He gets to put his name out.
David Fletcher isn't good. This is news to me.
The thing about DeSantos is he'll take 12 strides between hurdles, which is unheard of. Most people are around 13 or 14 strides. And when you do even numbers of strides between the hurdles, you have to alternate. Very, 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 very tricky. You get to the home stretch, they'll do 13 strides, and that'll be same leg.
He isn't even playing baseball anymore, and you think we're still paying him to this day. The Angel mods were cool, Mike. I DM'd them on how to make a baseball bot, and they pointed me to the guy that's created most of the Reddit bots, who never got back to me, but thankfully we have our own developer guy that's making one for us. But yeah, Angel mods were really welcoming. When I reached out for help, I was like, hey, I made the Sacramento Reddit. We're going to be there because of Fisher's stupidity, so here we go. So yeah, they were really cool about it. Oh, I got the Muncie card. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't get him. Never mind. I got the program done. I got Conine instead. The Muncie doesn't look that good to me. I guess he's okay against lefties. Doesn't have any quirks to his game. I'll grab him for the theme team, just in case I start running theme team permanently, but yeah, Muncie looks kind of mid.
I couldn't quite see what happened to him, but he was out of it.
For Trevor May and Aaron Loop, which wasn't the Royals trade. No, that would have been two good arms, one from the left, one from the right. I'll shut off the post game so I don't get too distracted looking at the highlights. Let's see, Dos Santos, Clark, and Dean, the top three there. So Dos Santos picks up 12 points on the event. The men's long hurdles, this is from Kingston, Jamaica, Grand Slam track. If you want to know more, check out the pinned message there in our chat box. YouTube's had a few stragglers pop in. Definitely hasn't popped off like the Benfica event did. I'll work on trying to make another thumbnail for tomorrow. Hopefully something that catches some eyeballs. Idaho Mike, what's up, buddy? How's your day been?
Times and races that used to be very difficult to execute at 400-meter hurdles, and he looks so smooth and in control the entire time.
While we wait for the next map or the next race, I'm going to fill out a conquest map. Not going to play because I don't want to be distracted, but I haven't even filled out Jester or Sword map. Trying to flip stubs. Excuse me for coughing. Two things, Mike. Do you know about the community market? And do you know about the companion app? Because that will help your flipping be flipping faster. So if you prefer to work through your computer, there's a community market. They do pop up a lot of those catchphas. There's a nice little catchpha buster for Chrome that you can use though, and just kind of power through that. And then the companion app, you'll need to download it from iOS or Android stores. But yeah, the companion app goes right on your phone. Way better to use. I have even a little YouTube video that links you to that.
My name is Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni.
I'll grab the link so you don't have to go to the video, but I'll link the video to you if you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube. Definitely appreciate it. So let's see. Yeah, here's my three methods on how to make stubs, but I just kind of break down how each market works. So there's that, and let me go back in there and get you the companion app. I think I linked it in the video. Pretty sure I did.
We did all different kinds of sports. We did basketball.
Yeah, I did.
Dance. But track for me.
What an awesome content creator. Wow, that link looks crazy. All right, hold on. I think it's one of those links that it makes its own link when you're trying to copy it, but when you click out, then it goes to the normal link. I'll blame YouTube for that.
Just a sense of freedom when I'm running that I just didn't get when I was doing other sports. I would say my dad knew from a young age, but
So yeah, Tight Spot, how was your stream? How's your day going? Do you have Friday night off by chance?
Seeing what I was capable of doing off of the God-given ability, I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're talking about now.
So I'm just filling out the gesture map in the meanwhile as we wait for this next race.
This is what you're meant to do.
Yeah, you are retired, right? You got time to flip. Don't mind being in the A's Reddit. You feel they aren't hostile like most of the West fan bases. I'll tell you one thing. We got a lot of hostility from Oaklanders right now, that they're ticked off that anybody would dare enjoy the A's being in Sacramento. It's like, guys, I fought for the team to stay in Oakland, but the reality is reality. They're gone now from Oakland. Like, I understand not supporting the team, but some of us are still going to enjoy watching baseball and, you know, what we grew up with, even if it's for a while, because I might dump them once they're out to Vegas. But it's weird how some people are like really gatekeeping in our community, or trying to. I don't let too much BS go on in the sub, but you can tell there's some folks that are not ready to let it go. The old Oakland sub is different mods, so you can sense it from them that they're ticked off. Yeah, that's it. Honestly, it is. It's the best scenario. Like, if there's any path back to Oakland, keeping them in the Bay Area or keeping them in Northern California was a better alternative than them relocating all the way out to Nevada right now. And they weren't going to stay in Oakland because Fisher and the Oakland politicians got into a measuring contest of sorts. Yeah, I went once, Idaho Mike, before they built Mount Davis. Man, it was nice to see those Oakland hills. Mount Davis was kind of cool to walk around inside of, but yeah, it was sort of a monstrosity to look at, though. At least, yeah, it's a drivable distance. Yeah, there's a lot worse than having your team be 90 minutes away.
I didn't know much about her at the time, and I walked up there, so calm and collected. She was great.
Pretty impressive year from Obi, I think. I was kind of hoping for him not to do it, although I don't really care for Gretzky much as a person. Yeah, I can't imagine driving to Vegas. It's probably going to have to be one of those take a flight things if I'm ever going to do it. Also, I don't feel like Vegas is going to be very family friendly, but I guess, let it get built if it's ever going to get built, and then we can judge it then. But can you imagine taking, like for myself, I have a young family. They'll be older, if and when Vegas is built. But flying to Vegas better for Mike. But yeah, you're like trying to go down there, and there's like all the stuff for the adult entertainment and flyers and stuff like that. Like, that's going to be weird.
She's a world record holder. She's an Olympic champion.
My son will probably have a little curious grin on his face, but don't really want to expose my daughters to that as such young girls,
Awesome to have her back on the track here and to see her in her swan
Hoping OV gets it in more games than Gretzky for Mike.
As we talk to Sydney, who has set the world record 6 times. When Dalil Muhammad wrote it had stood for 16 years. So we think of it now.
Butler should be a good player. He's struggling out of the gate. Butler got the massive extension this year, Noah. So I wonder if he isn't pressing. And some A's fans said we extended him too early, or maybe he got the bag and now he's not trying. I don't think that's the case, but yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't draft Butler too early. If you could trade for him or get him like late, he should have a decent year. But yeah, he's going slow. Explicit content museum in downtown Vegas that you drove by. You're like, why does this exist? Yeah, imagine not knowing where everything is, and you end up walking by that with like a family-oriented baseball weekend. And I know there's going to be like the bros going out to watch the Yankees play and beat up on the A's. That's kind of going to be like the Raider experience, where opposing fans come in and outnumber the team fans, but. This just seems like a terrible idea, but we'll see if it happens. Is there anything good for doing the gesture map or the sword map, guys? Or are they just maps to have maps type of thing? I still haven't finished the pipeline program. Getting some progress on it. Finally got Dick Allen's card evolved. Should have had him and Jimenez and all those guys done a while ago. Just a lot of packs. Hey, sometimes the packs reward you big time, right? Not always, but once in a while. So I'll have those filled out and then can knock around with them on stream or whatever.
Challenger to Sydney McLaughlin Leverell, and indeed a little while ago.
Yeah, exactly. I know some people like grinding against the CPU, but I feel like I'd rather just do Conquest at the same time and get a few rewards as I go along. You know, play the CPU on 9 innings and cores or whatever, but it's like, you can just kind of turn it down on Conquest. It doesn't take that much more effort. Sometimes in Tin Ball and packs pulls 0 diamonds. As a PXP grinder, 9 inning games are the worst thing you can do. We're getting ready for the women's long hurdle, 100 meters. As nighttime has taken over in Kingston, Jamaica. Here they go.
Starts pretty quickly as expected, but Rochelle Clayton's holding her through the first hurdle. Just maybe
feels repetitive, only playing for XP. I couldn't imagine sitting there and doing it. I guess if it was really something that I had my mind set on, then you just do it. But yeah, I'd rather just go through the map. There's plenty of maps. I still haven't done Central or East out of the US map. I feel like I would constantly kick their hurdles. Definitely would at this age. Gives you something to do. Yeah, they definitely need to stay on the space. I feel like they've done this in the past where the game starts out with like a pretty good feed and then it just like slows down. But hopefully they stay on it. Like at least they got that going for them. I have my criticisms of the game, but that type of thing makes it where you log in and there's something to do.
Really strong performance.
Yeah, pretty good race.
This is the result we expected. I thought Mohammed ran really well to come through in second place. Not easy necessarily in lane 2.
Oh, I can see I have a ping in Discord. Let's see if it can help.
Yeah. Well, this is the fastest time ever run in April that Sydney got. I was wondering if she was going to get the fastest time ever run on Jamaican soil. Just outside of that, held by Rochelle Clayton, who's in this race. But Sydney's a special 400-meter hurdle runner. She alternates for 7 hurdles, running 14 strides between, which is pretty unheard of. You've got to be moving to be able to do that. Coming home, she'll let her stride shorten up a little bit, but she was clear of the field. I was pretty sure she was going to take it easy in this first race because early season, she knows she doesn't have to do much to win. And then she can try and put something down in that 400 tomorrow to secure the bag. But ultimately, at some point, I want to see her cross over with some of the faster women in the 400, you know?
You know, it's a measure of her ability. There's so many women in the world would dream of running 52.76, and she could make that look work.
Yeah, mini seasons is a cool mode too. I never have enjoyed it a whole lot, but I'm glad it's there. I know like Coffee Time says how much he enjoys playing mini seasons.
It looked like a stroll.
Zach Pop has been cleared waivers, now a free agent. Richard Lovelady has cleared waivers, elected free agency. They're gone.
Time, Mohammed, a really good performance. Second, 54.59. Clayton did hang on just from her teammate in third.
I feel like Lovelady was one of the A's a couple years ago. I may be misremembering though. He may have just been somebody that we memed on the show. Cindy McLaughlin Leverone, the American. She got the 12 points. Zach Pop was a nightmare. 12.66 earned run average. That is, oof. Bad stuff.
Right, so the win as expected for Sydney. Radzi, she looks happy enough.
Sydney McLaughlin Neroni, that was majestic. How was it running it?
You know, just shaking the cobwebs off. Obviously, that first one always hurts, but happy to be here. Great experience.
What about the
noise? It's the most overhyped thing in the world, I think. Idaho Mike.
Absolutely, it gives you energy. You feed off it.
It's been driving a ton of chat engagement for me, though, particularly when we're on TikTok. But the bats are just.
How are we feeling about that?
They're just kind of recalibrated a little bit. They moved some of the sweet spot down towards the handle for guys that hit more in on the hands, like Jazz Chisholm, and yeah, people just bounce out of the woodwork, start calling the Yankees cheaters and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's what it's. Come on, Tuna. Everybody's allowed to use them, dude. By the time you're done with the first drop missions, you'll still be 1 point away. But Tuna, welcome back to stream. Yeah, most teams are using them. Dallas, Braden, and Ginny Kavanaugh had one in the TV booth like two or three games ago. So yeah, I don't think they're really changing the game that much. It's just one of those things that the Yankees popped off and hit 9 homers in one game, and a couple of the players had those bats, so everybody just kind of collectively lost their mind across social media. But I don't think there really is anything to be outraged about, in my estimation. It's not like it has a hotter core to it, or the ball comes off faster. It's just, yeah, the sweet spot got moved around a little bit. You know, smart for them if that's where they make contact. Why wouldn't you want to hit the ball in the sweet spot?
Oh, I sure do. I'm up here dancing away.
I think of it like, if anybody's a golf person in stream, like an offset golf club. They make these offset clubs where the club head is back a little bit, and it helps people that slice too much to hit the ball straighter. I think of it as just kind of being a band-aid for an issue. So it's not exactly like that, but sort of like, yeah, okay, we moved the sweet spot around for you, and now you can have more success. Yeah, exactly. Back in Mike's day, players just juiced up and they hit the ball further. So I'm filling out Conquest map. That's why I'm looking over here, but I got my race here. Hitting with the snow shovel. I like it. Do it. They were saying, hey, what's up, Matt? Good to see you. Matt made it into the Instagram stream. They were saying a couple years ago, guys had the handles that were like an axe handle, and then people were kind of upset about that, and then it phased out. I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't that way too. You know, a couple weeks from now, nobody's even talking about it. If they're allowed, you think Spider Tack should be on ban, says Mike. Weekend Classic, no, not really. But it's probably going to be good content, Tuna. I doubt I'll make much noise in it, but maybe I'll get lucky and get a good couple cards or some stubs out of it.
Well, he's got a couple of very, very high quality.
You guys gonna play the weekend deal? Hey, I'm rated in the low 1300s, Tuna. That's what I tell all the trolls. But no, I'm seriously in the 600s somewhere.
Grant Fisher will line up on the start line in position 2. Now running for Spain.
The kids love to come in on TikTok and be like, "What's your rating? What's your record?" It's like, dude, could you say hi first? Could you at least talk to me? 620. Yeah, I don't like Hall of Fame being lower like it is now, but I guess it's all the same. We just get to Hall of Fame faster. I keep hearing they're going to change that and move Hall of Fame back to 700, but I don't think they did as of yesterday. Hoping to wait to play more once they put Hall of Fame at 700. Not sure when the patch is coming. Hey, Mike, what's up? Mike, are you playing with me? Yeah, the rating's in the 600. Right, yeah, you got me good, because I thought maybe you just came back to stream. I was like, well, I don't want to not read chat here. But yeah, Mike's pulling our leg.
I see the chance to come back for 3,000. There's always something pleasurable. And that will be on Sunday.
Right,
So
long
Coutier,
distance run.
again, had some changes in his coaching setup.
And we not only have today's action, we will have Saturday and Sunday from Jamaica for these events. Yeah, you're like, I didn't say anything, Donnie. Why are you bugging me? I guess I could just call him Idaho, because he does have Idaho first.
And he essentially ran 10,080 meters.
If we ever get Bodog back in here consistently, Bodog's Idaho representative as well.
Former world champion.
Bo claims he fixed his sleep schedule, so that's why we don't see him in the night streams. But I'm on in the day right now. We don't see him. From Boise. What do you think of the blue field for college football, Mike?
Olympic Games in this event, the 5,000 meters. In Deacon Wenayo.
Love it. Yeah, it looks pretty fresh. Fun to play the college football game on there too.
A couple of years ago, and the former Burundi man, proud to wear the vest of Spain these days, Grant Fisher.
So should be going for roughly another 30 minutes or so for today's action. But sometimes the events run long, they start late or something. I thought this started on time for the most part. Bit of an AFL. Some highlights from the game. Ginny sounds so checked out. Don't want to sound mean. You're all for women in those roles, but she sounds uninterested. Yeah, I feel like she's just going through the motions. You know, like, I don't know what it is that she thinks, because obviously I don't know her personally, but I feel like Ginny's just like, oh, I'm the first lady play-by-play announcer in sports, and I'm just gonna, you know, make all the millions in my career off of this A's springboard. And I don't think she cares about the A's at all. So that's one thing where, you know, sometimes you bring an announcer in, they may not be necessarily a fan of the team, but they fake the enthusiasm, and they may grow to love the team over time. With the youngest Carey doing our games, he has that enthusiasm for the A's, even if, you know, his heart belongs to the Cubs or something. With Ginny, it's just like, yeah. She's at the yard with Dallas again, and let me make it through a few innings. The A's had her do roughly 100 games last year, and he did about 60. Almost all the fans that I've interacted with just don't care for Ginny Kavanaugh.
The Ethiopian team. That's number one. That's a hard thing.
And I'm one of the ones that doesn't care for. I understand moving on from Kuiper, because Kuiper had two instances where, you know, maybe it was a slip of the tongue, but it gets harder to defend when there's multiple things that have happened. But yeah, I don't mind a lady being in there. I just wish it wasn't her. You like Wayne, your color commentary guy, who was a Mets radio guy and Apple TV color guy. Then he joined you guys. Always sticks up for the team whenever he screws us, but he always sounds genuinely excited whenever he gets to call the games and talk to the players. Yeah, the Apple, my experience with the Apple games, and wasn't there a YouTube game or a Google game? I felt like all of those things were terrible. I think Buck Showalter was in on one of those broadcasts. I mean, I only watch them when it's Oakland stuck on that game. It's like, well, not Oakland anymore, but the A's are stuck on that game. It's like, all right, well, it's the only place I can watch it, so let me grin and bear it, so to speak. Hate it, says Shawno.
So they all kind of went off for a bit of a jog while he got his number sorted out. But Keely and another athlete.
He's been the good thing on those programs, says Mike. He's great.
100 meters from the start of the race, and
I'm filling out the sword map right now. They'll have all my maps filled
he
out.
was 80 meters behind, and he gets up and he runs 26:52.
Got the call on Pujols' 700 home run. Worst game he ever saw for hockey was when it was a news station. Does MLB TV have Vescursion do the games? Because I like Vescursion, but I think Mike plays games as a Matty V fan, if I recall correctly.
Cooper Tier now into the lead. Cooper is a phenomenal.
They're so quiet, says Noah.
13 minutes indoors and in Boston with Cooper.
It's not a personal thing.
With Cole Hawker, there's a lot of Coles and Coopers and all these, but yeah, these two training together, and now Cooper Tier to be in front is not surprising. He wants to have.
Just should have never been doing singular teams broadcast.
And I'm not surprised to see him in the lead.
Yeah, 2:57 through the first kilometer. That's slow for these guys. In fact, very, very slow.
Dallas Braden today said the good guys were leading. I'm like, come on, dude, don't steal the Hawk Harrelson line. I used to find Hawk Harrelson pretty annoying whenever I have to watch WGN back in the day. Because sometimes, like, the A's would be on WGN. That would be the only place you could watch them. Much better national broadcaster.
They'll keep an eye on Grant Fisher. He makes any moves.
Yeah, the color guy should be somebody ideally that played or managed the team or something like that.
Content at the end, happy just to watch.
And now that we're getting more ladies in sports, maybe a lady from the region. I don't feel like Jessica Mendoza was too good. You can put it on the board, yes. Yeah, hockey used to drive me nuts with that stuff. Try to listen to the game as a rival fan, but at least his stuff was, you know, original. I felt like Dallas was ripping him off days. Like, come on, Dallas, come up with your own thing.
I asked him how things were going, and he said things are going really well. They train differently with Ben Thomas.
Guys look like they're just jogging. It feels like the guy behind him could just like blow past him at any point, but you know what I know about track. I'm sure there's a reason they're pacing themselves a certain way here.
They run hard. They're not these high mileage guys that, you know, just have a bunch of junk miles in their legs. They are more about intensity. So they're in their training zones. They know their zones. They almost train more like triathletes.
Just a little move from the back from Diku Wenayo, who just got a little closer, just tucked in though behind Bikili, fourth, just ahead of Grant Fisher.
Man, Nightbot and Truckin are just having a bad time here. I'm sorry, Truckin. We're gonna. I can't turn it off because of the settings for the shells, but here we go. He was a huge homer. That's why people loved him or hated him. Steve Stone helped him calm down as well. You missed Victor Rojas on the play-by-play. He was eccentric with his big fly calls.
And then he moved all the way up to second, excuse me, and just had a
Don Cherry before he got fired was good for hockey. Hate Nightbot coming for the AI.
As a 1500-meter runner, and you know, a lot of the Kenyans do move through the distances, but a lot of them, you know,
Big fly, Otani song.
He looked like he had all of the credentials to be a great 1500-meter runner. Never quite got the big breaks, if you like, and he was around when your Timothy.
Alright, so I got the sword map pretty much filled out now. There's a hidden reward at the top left of the sword map past the Diamondbacks if anybody wants it. It's a headliner pack.
Definitely the race of his career.
I mean, I know you guys want it. It's just, yeah, if you want to go get it right now if you haven't done so. Part owner of the Rangers single A team, so he's having fun. Used to make jokes of hockey compared from the 60s till 2018. Remember he applied to be the Angels GM when that spot was open. I got 11 standards in a headliner. I'll tell you guys if I get anything good. It means I'm not going to tell you guys much.
You know it's slow. You know you don't normally races. And what can happen as well is when it's unusually slow, you can feel
Getting some fodder first couple passes.
I feel terrible here, but it's because you're not running at a normal, comfortable pace. And those little mind games start to play.
Well, they have to keep in mind that, you know, there are some athletes out here that have run 5s and 10s for a
Going from play-by-play to GM would have been a promotion for sure. Yeah, definitely. I wonder how much the average MLB play-by-play or color commentary guy or gal gets. I'm guessing the smaller markets probably get significantly less than like a Yankee or Dodger guy, because it's more, you know, high-profile job.
But so does a Cooper Tier who's out there. He has run very fast over 1,500 meters.
He was making a ton with you guys, Matty B.
NCAA champion in that as well. So just very, very fast, very, very solid runner. And just, I think Cooper Tier really hasn't gotten the accolades that he should have, or the praise that he should get.
Just couldn't stand listening to him. Right, those 11 standards, I don't think I even got a gold out of it. Here goes my headliner. I got a headliner 4. I think we know how this will go, but we're hoping. Oh, it's a diamond. Headliner 4 diamond, guys. I'm trying to flip it over. If you got me on socials, you already know what it is before I do. It's a relief pitcher. We got David Robertson from the Phillies. So we'll have his cutter ball there. Not bad. Should be good enough to make my my squad, I think.
He could finish, but he knows the
was hell in the broadcast booth. Play-by-play guys were awful.
And he's gone to the front, but he hasn't really done anything. You know, I always think if you make a move like that at this point, he steps aside.
Wonder if I'm better with the Yates or Batista. Batista's significantly lower in runs. We'll take out Yates.
Not really interested in pushing the pace here.
I should be sure I'm off my grind squad if I'm not going to play Conquest, because I almost loaded up a Pirates lineup yesterday at the start of stream. I'm trying to put in Robertson in the Game Pros in the lineup. So, you know, I'm not playing the game, but just in your offline lineup thing that you can set. So what a gaming experience. Hopefully when I close app, I'll still have my squad. Patrick O'Neill, actually a really nice guy. I got to talk to him. He's unbearable in the booth.
Getting crowded a little bit, just give a bit of a nudge. And for the first time, Quemoy moves around the outside, maybe thinking.
Some of those voices, you know, and I know every broadcast situation is different, but like Ray Fosse had done the A's games since I was a child, up until he passed away a couple years ago. It's just weird not to hear him anymore on the A's telecast. He was like kind of the soundtrack of my summers, soundtrack of your life, right, in the background. And now it's, you know, it's Braden and Kavanaugh. We had Glenn Kuiper, who's Dwayne Kuiper's younger brother, for a long time. Prior to that, we had Greg Papa. Greg Papa was really good. I enjoyed Papa doing the Warrior games way back before he had Fitzgerald. He's been on the Kings pre-show for years. He's great there. So same thing with Rojas. He was voice of the Angels for a decade. Pretty much Trout's peak. Yeah, it's weird when those guys or gals are gone.
Really slow. But that's what this is about. So
But yeah, I didn't know Hazel May was older than Truckin'.
kind of pace lift from Cupertier.
Hopefully nothing happens to Hazel.
Easy, cat and mouse. Everywhere, right at the back. Something's going to crack here.
I wish I had some moments to do, but yeah, I did them all earlier.
Leave this to the last 400, the last 500.
3 weeks older than Truckin'. You guys should celebrate your birthdays together.
In a way which makes people panic. I thought he was going to go for it there.
They're cruising down the track. I'm in the way. Let me get out of the way. See. Donnie, get out of the way. There we go. Right. As soon as it switches the angle, there we go. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, maybe my camera would be better off. I don't want to block what the event is, being in the bottom left corner. I don't want to block the time either. Actually, could probably be right in the middle, but then it's usually a weird spot for the camera. Corresponding move with Dana was your second round pick from last year, who hasn't thrown a minor league inning. Already been up on paternity leave at 22. Good for him. Look at that. He's got more moves than a bowl of Jello. The guy's got the crazy moves. Don Cherry. Hey, did Don Cherry get in trouble, or did he just retire, Noah, or did he pass away? Because I thought one of the hockey guys got in trouble for saying something that was like not politically correct. He got fired. Was it Cherry, or am I thinking of the wrong guy? I don't even remember what it was, but I remember some discussion about it. Got in trouble, got forced out. Got in trouble, says Holy. It was a Canadian thing. I have to go down the rabbit hole so we don't get too far off track. That McKinsey core card is probably decent out of these spotlight cards.
He still thinks about 2 people beat him in the 5K at the Olympics and 2 people beat him in the 10K, and he doesn't like that. So he's very hungry.
He spilled the maple syrup. Let's see. Playing with a team full of second basemen out of position for the spotlights in its hell. Dude, I did that the other day. I played center fielders everywhere for one of the programs.
Look for good position. Quemoy looks like he's working a little hard for me on the inside, just even with this.
I don't know if I'm going to hit World Series, guys.
Looks relaxed.
It's been rough. I think if I did a stream where it was just Twitch, I probably could focus more. But TikTok, we get, you know, a couple hundred followers usually each stream. I was afraid today to mess with the algorithm though, because if I do something different, then it's like, I don't say they mute you for a week, but then it's slower. It's like, oh, you did a stream that wasn't as popular. Well, of course not. They're used to seeing me playing a video game. Basically told all of Canada, if you don't want to support our troops, then you can get out.
Keep your eye on them, but this is exactly where Fisher wants to be, on the shoulder, watching what's going on in front, waiting, almost pounce, getting ready.
This dude's got some serious endurance out here.
Quemoy still looks like he's working hard for me.
If you're hearing little screams, it's the 3-year-old. She's just playing too. She just likes to be loud. Noah, thanks for lurking. So excited for Angels at home. Yeah, there's, I don't know what it's called. Let me see if I can find it real fast. In OBS, you can go into properties and filters, and I have noise suppression on, so I don't pick up too much of the fan noise, I think, and too much of the kids going down the hall on the daytime streams. I usually don't stream in the daytime. Used to get more of that background noise before I knew about that noise suppression thing. Feels like they're in the home stretch, right? These guys are moving now.
Watching Grant Fisher there, right there, he had to make a move. It was a big move. He had to kind of slide through, and this is where he will use that strength.
I can't tell if the second place racer is closing or not. Feels like the guy from third is closing a bit too. So here we go down the stretch. I'm assuming it's down the stretch. I'm just talking out of my rear. I don't know where the finish line is. Oh, it's going to be close. All right, we got 4 possible winners here. It's going to be the guy not on the outside track, right? It looks like he's got the finishing kick. And, yep, he's going to break the tape. That's an exciting finish. So he'll get the 12 points, and I guess they'll run it back tomorrow. The mayor of Anaheim sent a letter to the Angels today, and Artie Moreno wishing them luck on the season, also saying she'll be working with them to change their name to Anaheim. Again, you hope it happens. I think it's cool to represent Anaheim if they're willing to do it.
I'd be interested to see, because we've got the last 2.
I wonder if the Angels will resist because they feel like they can sell more merchandise if they try to appeal to greater Los Angeles instead of just being branded as Anaheim. But like, it wouldn't prevent me from buying a Sacramento A's hat or shirt or something. I think the A's are dropping the ball on this 3 or 4 year run that they're planning, which may end up being longer, not branding as Sacramento, because there's like definitely some Sacramento fans that are just like thrilled to have them for a while, that would go get the merchandise and hang on to it, realizing that they may bounce out to Vegas. That's always been Artie's reasoning. Disney owned us as Anaheim. That was your best stretch of baseball. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go and stay for like 3 years, I could see if it was just 1 year in Sacramento, but if you're going to be there that long, like, yeah, let those fans buy something with the city name on the front of it. And I think for Anaheim, right, that's got to be a source of pride. Somebody's got a thoughts on Ginny thread on the Sacramento Reddit. I can only imagine this isn't going to be good. Only thing I try to discourage is like anybody that wants to be misogynistic, because yeah, ladies belong in sports as much as anybody else. It's just Ginny's not good. Rather be Orange County Angels than LA. Mike's proud of being there, so I need to parse these comments real fast. Top comment says, I miss learning things from A's broadcast. Learned so much from Fosse and Kuiper. Dallas has good insights, but watching the Giants and other teams reminds me how much the A's broadcasts are lacking. Yeah, I mean, that's really what needs to be said about it. Somebody says her voice is like nails on a chalkboard. Truckins hit me with a lot of good Ginny Kavanaugh memes in my DMs over her run as our play-by-play announcer. I'm just making sure nobody's just like, you know, she should be making a sandwich type of comments, because we'll get rid of that. That's not needed. But it seems like everybody's kind of sticking to the subject here so far. Yeah, I got one of them at the bottom. Not too bad, but I'm going to remove it because I don't want to devolve into to lady bashing. We're better than that. I should hit the Greg Popovich meme on them, but I'll just remove it. Let's see. Yeah, Jeesh, right?
Explain to me how this thing goes 14:39.
You know, I think it was pretty predictable by the Americans. It's a little bit of an unknown.
But some people are just haters. She's gonna continue to draw a lot of hate. Is Kavanaugh? But hey, it's engagement, so we'll let them cook, I guess. The A's and Kings are running a doubleheader. You can sit on the lawn in Sacramento for the A's games, and you can sit in the nosebleeds for the Kings. I think it's $60 for both tickets.
see now when they come back for the 3K if that changes their plans, seeing just how well the Americans competed over the last lap. I mean, 51.5 is rolling, especially this early in the season. I don't care how slow it is. That's pretty impressive.
Well, he had a little bit left in the tank. They will run again on Sunday, so they get a day off after that exhausting 14:39.
Imagine if the A's had been called the San Francisco A's while they were in Oakland. Yeah, that's weird. It's kind of like the San Francisco Niners being in Santa Clara, though, now. If I lived in Santa Clara, I'd probably be a little bit insulted. It's nonsensical. Yep. Hey Logan, what's up, dude? I see you in the Instagram stream. Logan, we're live on Twitch and YouTube if you want the fuller experience, but I thought we'd send it out to the vertical viewers on the gram today. Not much about the branding would change outside of the jersey. Not like you guys would sell any less tickets. Yeah, like who's gonna get bent out of shape and not go to an Anaheim Angels game? You're already driving to Anaheim in the first place. Top 10 attendance from 2010 to 2020, so who cares? It's Logan from TikTok. Yeah. Good to have you there, Logan. Thanks for connecting with us on Instagram as well. Be back at it in the next 2 days with more track and field events from Kingston, Jamaica. We'll get the Saturday action and the Sunday conclusion of Michael Johnson's Grand Slam track. Anyone who wants an LA baseball experience will go to the Ravine and watch the Dodgers. Why try to market to those people? You know, I know everybody feels differently about it. Be curious to think or to hear what anybody thinks. It's been watching baseball for a long time. But I remember when the American League and National League had the different rules and there was no interleague play. And you would have probably enjoyed, if you're like a real big baseball fan, you probably would have enjoyed catching an Angels game because they played under the different rules with a designated hitter. And you would have enjoyed seeing the Dodgers because it would have been a different group of teams coming in to play against the Dodgers versus the Angels. Where now it's like the A's are playing the Rockies today. There's, you know, I know there's like some geographical rivalries with the interleague play stuff, but I sort of miss the old rules where the All-Star game was like, wow, we never see, you know, Barry Bonds and I don't know. I'm trying to think of like the American League contemporary. We never see Barry Bonds versus, you know, Roger Clemens, right? But aside from the All-Star game, so it felt very special, and then the World Series felt special in that way too. You think interleague play is good? Could be toned down a tad? Yeah, maybe just like just the geographical games and maybe like a few more because we played the Cubs and now we're playing the Rockies, so we've played. You know, we're going to play 6 of our first 10 games against the National League. Yeah, 20 I think would be plenty of games. But yeah, it just feels like it's baseball now, where it used to feel like it was kind of different. And for somebody like yourself, where you had 2 competing teams in the market, that was a nice thing about the Giants and the A's way back in the days. Like, you went to a Giants game, you saw National League players. You went to an A's game, you saw the American League players, and you saw, you know, a little different brand of baseball too with the pitcher batting. I know people don't want the pitchers to hit because they can get hurt. It's usually a free out, but I liked all the strategy of like, are you going to lift your pitcher here in the 6th inning and send up a pinch hitter? Are you going to try to get the bunt down? You know, are you going to do a double switch? And all those things are gone now. Good for marketing, to more markets. Still don't love it.
He wasn't even going to make the team.
And let's see. We're looking at the personal best. Looks like we're going to get the men's 100 meter here, if I'm looking at this correctly.
There's Oblique Seville, who will be his chief competitor.
Couple of Jamaicans in this race, 3 Americans. Don't forget Terrence Jones from Bahamas. Steve Cram, the 100 meters to finish off.
On the far side, as we look at it, Terrence Jones from the Bahamas, 22-year-old, 991. You can see
the divisional thing, Dodgers, Angels, 2-game series at home and away would probably stick. Yeah, I think that's that's fun, right? You get to see the crosstown rivalry, but it's not overkill where they're playing each other. You know, like, you should be playing your division rivals the majority of the games, at least more than anybody else. That way you can have an impact on if they're going up in the leaderboard, if you're able to pull them down and push them away from you. Not so many of these games that kind of feel weird. 4 games a year is how you guys have done it for a while. Yeah, usually A's Giants is 4 games. 2 in San Francisco, and it has been 2 in Oakland. This year will be a couple in Sacramento, I believe. I haven't looked at the schedule to see if it's a 2-game set there. Okay, so it looks like lane 5 clearly has the lowest time out of everybody, right, for a personal best. As we're highlighting it. I have my volume down because I didn't want to have the volume overpower it, so I'm not hearing them too closely. Probably should, like, get the headset charged up and listen to it, but yeah, we like talk about whatever comes across our mind here is all good.
He's running 200 already this year, and a new personal best over the longer distance, so that might stand him in good stead here. And then the Liberian, Joseph Fambele, he's going to go in lane 8. Olympic finalist in the last 2 Olympic Games over the...
So a little Grand Slam track. I didn't know this existed until it came across the board for Creator Sports Network. Just got Nationals team banner, exactly what you wanted. Thanks, MLB The Show, Santa. I probably didn't habitually online too much, but you know the meme where the guy's I don't know what it's from, but the guy's holding up like a piece of paper. He's like, "Thanks, this is worthless." You know, that's how I feel about a lot of the stuff in the show. It's not my team. I'm not going to be using this. Bah humbug. And they're off. Dude with the white top looks very muscular. I mean, they all look muscular, but like that guy looks like he's been playing linebacker somewhere. He ended up running last. Still a lot faster than I am. Not trying to be insulting, just yeah, he looked a lot bigger than the other dudes to me. And that was over quite quickly. Just over 10 seconds. 10.007, and it was close. Second place was 10.008.
He starts to charge through, and then at the end, though, maybe the strength, the 200 meter strength, if that is a factor in the 100, but he stayed strong, he stayed good, and he comes out as the winner. Hughes takes third, 10.13, same time as Blake.
Kenny actually doesn't look happy. He reacted really, really well, but had a stumble that kind of interfered with his acceleration. I know that's what he's thinking about. And when that happened, you could see the Jamaicans kind of move through him in the acceleration phase. But with that 100 meter or 200 meter strength, I mean, someone like that's going to come through at the end. Fairly even reaction-wise, but as you can see here, kind of lost his footing in that acceleration. Now you can see him fighting to get back in. He's definitely not going to be pleased with that, but if you're just faster than everyone else...
The lost game in Conquest because you're fielding, that's your fault, you guess. Nothing like getting those guys kicking the ball around when you're having to play them in secondaries or out of position just to grind the missions out.
Probably thought that he had it. Battle of the Headbands come through at the end. But Kenny did come through with the tape to secure that 100 meters. For him, going into the deuce, that's huge. So
yeah, that's significant, isn't it? He takes 100. Curly, nowhere really.
Only spots that are good right now is middle infield. A's legend Marcus Simeon playing short. Oh yeah, I got Marcus. I never used his card. Low diamond. We need. You know what the show needs? There's some cool stuff in the content, but they're messing up events, man. We need some events where we need to use like live series or something. I just don't want to play event just to get a live series card. I want to use my live series cards. I want to use different cards. That was always kind of the fun thing of that game mode. It seems like they just completely ruined that mode. I was thinking they were going to do something different with the event. I'm actually checking on it right now. But it's April Fool's event, and it's just the same stuff, right? It's just multiplayer program. They got to add some rewards to it.
Sneaked in by a couple of thousandths into third place. Seville sets himself up nicely with that second place. Disappointing performance from Fred Curley, though, back in 7th, but he'll be back in the 200. Okay, we weren't sure if he was happy, but we can find out now because he's with Radzi.
Kenny Bednarik, there is a reason why the Jamaican...
So I have to get runs in Battle Royal and hits an event, I think, to finish up the multiplayer program and get the 50 bundle. I'm looking at that right now. I'm on 130. I got the Batista in the Premier pipeline yesterday, so I may have to play it just to get that stuff accomplished. 5 hits an event, 10 runs in BR, 500 XP with Batista, and I'm 4 hits shy of the 25 hits you need with flashback rewards. So I think that all adds up to everything. Yeah, it does. So those I need to do in the next 10 days. Although the 50 bundle is probably going to be just a bunch of bronze and silver, but you never know until you open it. I don't know if that 50 bundle comes with the chase pack topper or not. Oh, it does. At least it looks like it does. Pulling that Brian Reynolds would be nice. We got like 60 PXP out of 350. Doing Cameron Mister's tops now. Simeon double play. Maybe somebody needs to be quick sold. I was thinking that might be a fun redeem for stream. Like so many likes or so many follows and I quick sell a diamond. Because some of those low diamonds are not very expensive anyways. Might be good for like TikTok engagement where we got to get them, you know, constantly chatting and interacting. Let's see. Bailey looks like the leader coming into this event.
There is an overall prize for men and women as well. Of course, all of the winners have got 12 points from today. This was a super fast 400 meters from Chris Bailey. Matt Hudson-Smith, the Olympic silver medalist, could not hang on to the world indoor champion who carried on his winning ways. But it was quick, almost a personal best for the American.
Looks like a really nice track venue that they have set up for this. So the men's short sprint standings, as we get a look at them. Warriors are playing Nuggets tonight. Feels like it should be a night off after that tough Laker game, but right back into the fire for Golden State. 100 followers for a diamond quick sell at the end of the stream could be cool. Yeah, I think I should try to work something like that in. Can't have too much text on the screen, but I could have something that I toggle in and out and show him every once in a while. See, going with Oblique because he Imsay just strained his.
Okay, Kenny Bednarik, we know he's a great 200 guy, and we think he's under.
See, Tay has 12 points. So I believe these carry over every single day on the Grand Slam track. And I'm not sure if Grand Slam means they'll have 4 different venues throughout the year, or if they'll have more from Jamaica. But we'll learn more as we proceed. Hey, it's all good, trucking. I was trying to make the most sense out of it, because sometimes I just misunderstand something too. Or I'll say something like 2 minutes ago and people are typing it, and then I forgot what I said.
Being in an Olympic final means that he's ready for these moments, and so you combine his finish with that start.
So they may be winding down. My volume's a little bit low, so I'm not quite sure what they're saying.
And then coming in, obviously, Fred Curley, one of the biggest names.
But we'll stay with it, of course, till the end.
An Olympic medalist. He finishes 7th. This is one of those where I go, okay, I think it's April. I don't know that I'm worried about Fred in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, we've seen what Fred can recover from in a season, and so I just felt like he never got going. Like, he got out the blocks, and he just seemed like he just never really got in the mix. And I think Fred is the kind of athlete.
If they're done soon, I may have time to do a horse racing manager with us. If not, definitely tomorrow and Sunday we can wrap up, or even kick off stream with horse racing manager if I get on early enough. We just name it after the active moderators and VIPs real fast. See how our horse does.
Yep, Kenny Bednarik in very good spot. He'll race the 200 meters. That is tomorrow, race 2 for the
tryout challenge of the week. Sometime this week. It's interesting, says Mike.
John, Sonia, Matthew Sensuous, because we have 5,000
I haven't played Challenge of the Week since last year. I think Zack Attack was telling me he usually does that to warm up pregame, so maybe I'll try that instead of hitting on Legend pre-stream sometime. I don't always hit on Legend, but often do. Paul Steen's throwing a little harder than normal. That'll be great for my old eyes. He's throwing 200? Is anybody able to get contact on that? That might actually make good content. Not for me, but for somebody that can actually hit. Feels like that should be on GOAT. Seen multiple perfect 550 home runs against it. Crazy anybody can get the PCI on it at that speed. Need to cut my hair soon, so I've been wearing the hats on stream. All right, so coming up, Kingston Day 2 tomorrow, I believe same time, and looks like we're going to the play out portion of it. I'm not sure if this will be on a loop or not, but this is what we had kind of for our testing loop here.
So I think that's the secret. I can't tell you, it's a secret.
So I'll let it play through.
Clément Ducas.
Oh, I got myself unmuted. Just wondering why I was hearing my voice. Let's see. Sorry about that. If anybody was hearing double Donnie's there. Produces like 125 mile per hour plus bat velocities.
With Sonic, the character is really funny. It's really nice and chill. So I think
I'm gonna start turning on Horse Racing Manager. I hope I don't screw anything up.
Not really. I listen to a lot of songs. I don't have any special ones, but I'd say I listen.
Hopefully, it doesn't come in loud or anything.
You know, I like to dance. I like to vibe. I kind of have a routine to warm up and every single thing.
Looks like it's got an update to it. One quick Horse Racing Manager for all the guys that came through on an afternoon stream.
And I have some rappers from Brazil.
Alright, so I got it to the start. Let me see if I can tab out of it here.
They are always in my playlist. Always in my playlist. I love Adele.
Want to be able to work to read my chat, of course. Just wanted to have it loaded.
I always follow my dreams, so I'll tell my younger self, keep going, don't stop. I would say like, don't be afraid. Actually, like, just go for it, you know. Have fun.
Usually they have like a thanks for watching CSN that they play us out with.
Just go for it. I tell him to never give up, even if it's tough. There's always something bigger coming, and never quit. Never quit, and just enjoy it because it's only a sport. So just have fun. My biggest mentor was my first coach in France, Camille Béchet. He recruited me.
Fiber in right field isn't going well.
In high school, I was actually throwing javelin.
All right, let me try to set up Horse Race Manager. I'm gonna shut off my console and get us all set up for a little action from a different track real fast.
And when I say my family, not like just my blood, but also my closest friends, people that were with me, my coach, his family, because
I think this is just the Creator Sports Network loop then.
I'm from Brazil, and I spend more time with my coach than my actual family. So, like, those people.
Yeah, give me 1 second here. I don't usually stream games off my PC, so it may come in hot. I hope not.
My coach, Okil Stewart, my agent, QBC.
Let me mute CSN. Let me mute it for Instagram. And just got my capture card up. So move that on top. Okay. Back to the game. All right, who's active? We got Truckin, Noah, Mike, all the buddies. But first, we need to select a stallion. Don't know if you guys can really see the stallions here. Let me move my camera down. But would you like Centennial Phantom, Snowflake Valley, Ocean Bay, Ruffles Determined, Twilight Churchill? Any of the stallions look good to you guys? And while you're looking at them, how about a mare? I'll wait a few seconds and see if anybody picks. If not, we'll just select. Centennial Comlunia bus, I guess. Might run two of the Centennials together. I guess somebody tried to go onto Centennial Island and got arrested the other day. Not a good place to go. Outgoing meteoric impact looks good. All right, outgoing meteoric impact is going to be our stallion. Do we see a mare that we want? We're going to name this horse after the moderators here. We got Nebula Window Prince, independent, interesting name for a mare. Ruby Kraken, Bit Shenanigan, Inferno Ginger, Matama Largo, Licensed Serenity Springs, Jupiter Immersion, Windworld Dacium, Mandy Ligero. Let's see. The Great Regal seems like the best of all time. All right, there we go. There's our appearance. Here's our speed, acceleration. Oh, you guys can't see the appearance. I'm in the way. How dare me? I'm like a horse racing noob. Acceleration, strength, agility, stamina, endurance, injury risk, all that. All right, let's go. Let's breed it. 3 years later. Boom. Let's see. It's grade VI. I don't know my Roman numerals. Gender is a filly. The breed is should be Arabian horse, right? But it says Arabi horse. Estimated value on the high end over $500,000. Intelligence is above average, and temperament is easygoing. We can either go back to breeding or keep the horse. But since my in-laws have to leave here soon, I think we'll go with this one. We could name the horse or go with a random name. We want to name the horse. So Truckin stuck around for us. So this is going to be Truckin. It was actually Truckin's idea from something he said in chat. Truckin Mike, Holy Shawno, Real Tight Spot. Actually, it's the Real Tight Spot. Who else was active date? Noah was in here. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Oh, Kobe was one of the first chatters. So, all right, we're going to name it after the mods. So there we go. There's our name. It's a mouthful. Truckin' Mike, Holy Shawno, Real Tight Spot, Noah Kobe is getting ready to go. We could simulate 10 races. We could simulate one race, but who wants to simulate? We want to speculate the race. I forget how to race, or I would do the racing myself. It's a strong field today with no clear front runner. This should be exciting. Here we go. You know what's an underrated part of a home opener? Player introductions. It is fun for the player introductions. Giddy up. Oh, we're dominating the field. I hope we don't break a leg. Crowd noise is deafening here. Oh, we're in second place. I don't like that. Where's our horse? I forget how to scroll out. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we are, guys. This horse is beating us. This horse is on steroids out there. Somebody test that horse after a race. Seeing all the stats that don't get a lot of recognition is usually fun. Yeah, I agree. We got a little bit more than one furlong left. Crowd erupts for Aspen Heights. All right, so I feel like we're locked into second here. Nobody's really around us from the pack. Actually, where's the rest of the horses, right? All right, we're coming in second. I'd say I think we should race till we win a race or till our horse collapses. So we'll take second in this race. Let's continue. I don't care about the other horses. We care about Truckin' Mike, Holy Shawno, Real Tight Spot, Noah Kobe. So career race results, second out of 16. The prize was $3,000. And there was the time, 68.5 seconds. Really should have came in slower at 69. Let's go back and see if we can win our next race. This is the tutorial. Oh dang it! I should have simulated. All right, during the race, accelerate or decelerate, press left arrow or A. All right, so right arrow or D. All right, we're going right arrow racing. This may not be great. I might be pressing the horse a little too hard, guys. Sorry to the horse investors here. Uh-oh, we're running out of juice. Oh, we're back. I don't know if that's like the move. I hit left. Can I like get some oxygen back into the horse? And away we head. Dragon Illusionist is behind us. I'm just using the keyboard mouse. A lot of folks in attendance today for this horse race. The guy that cleans up the clubhouse before and after every Friday game. Yes. The A's had the same guy from 68 till 2013. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he was like the clubhouse attendant dude. So it was nice when they would recognize him. So we're trying to finish strong here. There's the finish line. All right, this race dedicated to all the moderators, all the VIPs as well. And let me see who's on so I can get you guys rated out. But first, we see that we won $45,000. Let's see. Dude, I want to go to Petco too. I was down there for my honeymoon and tried to convince Mrs. Donnie to go watch a Padres game. I think the Rockies were in town for the honeymoon. And she was like, well, are the A's playing? I'm like, no. She's like, well, no, I don't want to go. So we ended up not going. I want to see it just to see it. All right, let's see. Let me get us set up to raid. Thanks everybody for coming through. We'll be back in tomorrow. If I feel like I got enough energy in me, we'll stream tonight for MLB The Show. But I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. One of the days, I probably won't stream. That way we can go to check out what's it called? The Minecraft movie. Yeah, the Minecraft movie. I'm gonna rate Shawno. Hopefully some of the viewers make it over. Having a lot of the traffic off the shelves is great for discoverability, but also, I mean, sometimes the raids don't always push from one platform to the next. But here we go to Shawno right now. Thanks everybody for tuning in on a little race day action. We'll do it again tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your day. I know Margot hit the home run. That's all Mike remembers. So you got to go back so you can form some new memories. Mike, Truckin, Holy, Chowderhead, Kobe, Truckin, Noah, Tight Spot, all the regular buddies that came through. If you guys are still listening, have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Here we go to Shawno in Philly right now.